Right on time.
Yeah.
Right on time.
Nailed it.
Like it.
Nailed it.
How's it going, guys?
What's up?
What's up?
Going good, man.
What's up?
Everybody ready to do this? Everybody's
yeah.
excited
Ready.
this time.
Ready as I'm ever going to be.
I was born ready.
Brian, I sent Brian the invite. This is a Brian movie, but he's got his wife is doing a stream, so I think she's tying up the movie room, so he's not going to be on here. But we're going up against a real stream, so there's not going to be anybody in the chat probably. Well, maybe one, maybe one person.
Holland might jump back and forth. He'll give us a
Holland
courtesy.
stream hopping.
He'll give us a courtesy, hey, and then go back to the other one.
He's like, oh, I'll listen to this bullshit later.
Right.
Go back to only go back to the real stream.
Holland might have 5 devices going.
Yeah,
He probably does, man.
a whole array of phones that all going off at once.
Right.
It's like a wall of
that,
TVs.
what's that fucking movie, 13 cameras. You know, with the anybody ever see 13 cameras?
I've heard of it.
That's Holland Oates.
Yeah.
We'll cover that on the WTF stream. That's a good one.
There he
Holland
is.
Vote for Dukakis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The running thing.
Very first line. Or I'm going to.
24 reaction. What's up? Something happens and I'm head over heels. Yeah. Soundtrack.
What up, Spicy?
Tears.
up?
Tears for Fears, yeah.
Yep.
Chris C, what's going on?
Hey, Christy, thanks for subbing to me today, man. I saw that. Thank you.
What's going on, Chris?
Chrissy, what
version?
What version of the movie watching? The theatrical.
Yeah, the theatrical is the one where,
watch both.
Yeah.
unless you're like a sicko like me and watch both cuts and shit.
He watched them both frontwards and backwards. So
Yeah.
I wanted to, just so we could talk about it. I knew what was going on, but I didn't get time to watch the director's cut, unfortunately.
And then I played it when I was sleeping too, so I had it on a loop.
Soundtrack. Just a soundtrack, and you woke up with like scratches on your wrist. You know?
Chris,
Fucking guy liner in one hand.
Yeah, Chris, I watched both cuts, so we can talk about the director's cut for a little bit too. You know, we can kind of throw in some, because there's quite a bit different in the director's. I mean, it's the same film, but there's a lot of stuff added into it. You know,
it's just more
explanation, more content,
more exposition, explanation. Yeah.
Yeah. Holland says that no, this is the main event here.
Oh, hell yeah!
This is time sensitive. I only got 2 ears. Neither of them work like the guy in Crimes of the Future. That's literally all ears.
Yeah, none of his fucking ears work.
Yeah.
I still got to watch Crimes of the Future. I ain't seen that yet.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, just watch.
I watched y'all's whole fucking stream, but I haven't watched the movie yet.
Just get
How
the
fucking retarded
4K.
I am.
The 4K is coming, or it's out.
It's out. Yeah,
It's out
right now. Yep.
With
Get it
slip.
with that slip.
Yeah.
Yep.
We wanted to have Brian on here because this is Brian, basically. This is Brian. This is a Brian movie. It's got Brian written all over it. But
yeah,
jump on, Brian. Jump on, man. Just whenever you get free, jump on.
This is in one of my top 5s that we did.
Yeah, 2000 to 2005 or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that. You did have that.
It was in the top 3. I know. It might have been number 1.
Movie we're doing, Donnie Darko. Everybody got the same 4K from Arrow, I'm sure. Yeah. It's a pretty loaded release, really. I mean, there's a lot
really
on
nice
here.
release, man. Really nice release. Anybody read the book?
I haven't read the book.
I looked at it. I looked through it. I didn't read it like like some kind of freak or something. But
I glanced at it. You know, I took a look at it. Is that's the fucking book?
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, fucking.
It's a hardcover book, man. It's got the old lady image on it. You know.
Give it the old pop
mail.
What's her name?
Alan couldn't pick it up without knocking on it.
Oh, that's something I gotta do.
If he picks it up later in the stream, it'll get knocked on again.
Yeah, got old grandma death on there.
Yep, grandma death. Yeah.
Out of the 5 of us, who was Donnie Darko in high school? Everybody guess somebody else. Everybody guess somebody else. Who? It's Gismo. That was the Donnie Darko, in my opinion, in high school.
I would have been Seth Rogen.
Live in America.
I would have been more like the Seth Rogen, probably.
I had a friend in high school that was that Donnie Darko guy because he's the one that introduced me. I was telling Brad about this. He introduced me to Donnie Darko. He introduced me to 28 Days Later, and he introduced me to Requiem for a Dream. And he was like the definition of like the emo kid with the spike bracelets and the choke collar and like the dark makeup and the art house student guy. He was that guy. He was
cut my wrists, black my eyes.
Yeah, he was that guy. But he had really good taste in movies. I'll give him that. He had really good taste in movies.
I think the director wants to be Donnie Darko. I think that's the thing with this film.
Yeah, I think
Richard Kelly.
I get that vibe too. That's
almost every, a lot of these directors. We were just watching. We just did Lost Highway. David Lynch made Bill Pullman him. Gave him the same fucking hair, and he's like, oh, he plays in a band, and it's just like
he plays the saxophone though.
That's
it's
exactly
what the saxophone isn't cool.
You would think David Lynch would play the piccolo or the jazz flute or something. Right. That would be the he's like, that's too gay. I got to do make it a little more masculine. Let's do a saxophone.
Yeah.
You
gotta be a sax man.
Yeah, saxophone's not gay at all.
Yeah. Let's see.
Then we lost all the saxophone people from the stream.
Yep.
Right. Everybody here.
You got all the jazz greats, whatever. You got the Brothers Johnson. You got I can't name any other ones, but you got and you got Bill Pullman. Bill Pullman's right there in the mix.
Yeah. Wait, what about the Blues Brothers? Did the Blues Brothers play it?
They didn't play.
They didn't play the saxophone. Okay,
that's blues music, Anthony.
Yeah, isn't that saxophone?
Blues Brothers? They played blues.
Yeah, blues and jazz.
Isn't that the saxophone?
I don't fucking know. I don't think they played. Did they play? One of them played the harmonica. I think.
Okay, that's what it was. The harmonica. Okay.
Right.
I thought it was the sax.
And one sang.
Right.
All I remember about the movie is their food orders. One guy ordered dry toast, and the other guy ordered 4 chickens. That's all I remember from the fucking movie.
And the sunglasses, right? The dark shades.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dan Aykroyd.
The cop car falling apart at the end.
Yeah.
Fucking killing.
Christy says might be going tomorrow to see what is that fucking movie called? Infinity Pool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's an interesting one. That's a WTF type thing.
Yeah, once you sleep on it, man, it gets better.
I think it's pretty straightforward myself, but Dirk, of course, he watches too much fucking Lynch. So he watches Infinity Pool and he's just like, see the layers. You dig deeper into it. Yeah. And I was joking when I said, you gotta dig into it. Toy Story and say it's about global imperialism.
There's definitely some shit that's not 100% answered.
I think it's all flushed out, personally. The three jars and everything.
Right. Dirk, can you tell me the story of this film?
Chomps? Oh yeah, man. That was a childhood favorite.
I saw it for the first time the other day.
That's a childhood favorite of mine, dude. For real. Fucking badass dog, man. Goddamn.
It could have been a Lynch movie.
Badass, like a Terminator dog,
Yeah.
Spicy 4K says that he read the book last night. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Gismo. Who wins in a fight, Chomps or Cujo?
Fuck, I got to go with Chomps.
Oh, wow. Chomps is going to get Cujo's
badass.
ass? Oh, man. All right. Okay.
But I will feel sorry for Cujo. I will feel sorry for Chomps.
Y'all don't be fucking with Cujo, now.
Yeah, don't fuck with Cujo.
Don't be fucking with my Cujo.
Spicy 4K Action says most of it is interview with the director. Lots of good stuff. Yeah, well, some of us got that edition. I'm sure. Maybe Dirk will read the book one day because he claims he hasn't read the book, but we all know he's read the book 3 times. He watched the movie 3 times.
It's sitting beside his shitter right now.
He's listening to the commentary.
It's toilet materials.
He's having chili tomorrow. He'll finish it Saturday.
Right. Yeah.
Christy said this is going to be his first time watching Donnie Darko. Well,
wow.
I hope you like it, man.
Oh, you haven't watched it?
Yeah, you don't want to listen to this because we're going to spoil the shit out of it.
Yeah, we're going to spoil it, Chris. So Yeah, and there's a lot in this movie, so
come back and listen to this after you've seen it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris, just so you know, we're not watching the movie. This isn't a watch along. This is our review of it. This is a deep dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a what the fuck is this?
This is just we do this so Dirk can explain it to me like I'm 5. What this movie is about.
Oh yeah, Dirk had to explain Lost Highway to me. Dirk and Gismo. I'm just like, okay, tell me. Tell me all about it now.
Carter interdention, whatever. I always get it wrong, but fucking somehow CK can say it every time, no problem.
Carter,
you guys got to do an episode on Southland Tales one day.
It's the same director. Richard Kelly directed that film too.
I'll put it on the list. I'm sure we'll get to it.
I haven't seen Southland Tales. It's got The Rock in it, right?
Yeah. Sean William Scott, The Rock.
Sarah Michelle Gellar, right?
Sarah Michelle Gellar, yeah.
I'm really struggling with that film.
I think it also has
a long
what's his
film.
fucking name? Timberlake. Ain't he in that bitch?
I think he is in that one too. Yeah.
Yeah,
Justin Timberlake.
Yeah, man, I love him. I love him in everything he does.
I mean, I watched it. I tried to watch it. I don't think I ever got through it all the way when it came out. But
yeah, that's one of those movies that I think you either like love it or hate it. It's it's one of those weird.
I have to go back and revisit because back then I was pretty fucking out of my mind.
Right.
Back then.
Right.
No more, not anymore. Back then.
This is Dirk normal. This is normal Dirk.
I'm on the primal plane of existence now.
Sure. Chris C says he's a huge David Lynch fan. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, check out the Lost Highway stream we did. We did a WTF on the Lost Highway last week.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there'll probably be many more. Corey the Beast Cunningham. Are you guys? Any of you guys ever watch The Sopranos? I feel like Dirk would have a field day with the layers of subliminal meanings and that show all the fucking dreams.
Yes.
Sopranos is my favorite show, man.
That's that's my top 5 favorite show of all time. It's probably number 2 or 3.
It's my number 1. It's great all time.
I rewatched it last year. So fucking good. Love the ending. Every time I watch the ending, I like it better.
Yeah.
A TV show that we really should do is Riket by Lars von Trier.
What is
Lars von Trier show?
The Kingdom, the Danish.
Oh yeah, he's told me about that shit.
Oh, he did the Kingdom?
Yeah.
Stephen King wrote after
Kingdom Hospital.
Lars von Trier.
Right, Kingdom Hospital, right?
So the King version is a remake.
Yeah.
I think that Corey Cunningham would have beat all these guys' asses in the movie.
You think?
I think he would have whipped Donnie Darko and all their asses.
Yeah,
these are the most intimidating high school kids I have ever seen in my life.
What about the bullies?
The bullies that are 118 pounds, a piece? Like Seth Rogen's the tough guy in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Right. And his first
this
line
is like a private school, like a prep school or something.
You recognize what his first line is, right? That's his first line in any movie. I like your boobs.
That sounds about right.
That's his very first fucking line in any movie.
Chris C, no issues with spoilers. I mean, this movie, this is not one I would want spoiled for sure. But hey, we can't. We're not gonna stop you.
But at the same time, whatever we say
of Southland Tales after would be great. I'm sure we'll get picked.
Whatever we say about this movie, I mean, it don't matter because this is a film that you can watch it fucking.
Yeah, but if you look at it linearly, in any kind of linear way, the ending, it is a spoiler. But beyond that, all the things that are actually happening and not happening and whatever. But if you know the ending, it might.
There's at least 3 things that happen. That could happen. That could happen.
You're thinking about the Tom Hanks part, right?
Right.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
Tom Hanks has that.
I had to.
Back there. That's Tom Hanks.
I had to.
Right.
No, I was gonna say this film is more of like an experience too. Like even if you know how it all unfolds, it really is like one of those films it feels like an experience when you're watching it. Like the music, the visuals. Yeah. So even
there's no wrong answer.
Yeah.
On this fucking movie, let me put it that way. To what you think it is.
I don't think there's any answer at all.
There's 3.
Okay, come on.
Which one are you gonna pick?
Christy, Sean William Scott in Southland Tales with The Rock and others. Yeah.
Yep.
That's the dude from American Pie, right?
Yeah, Stifler.
Yeah.
Actually, I like him. I think he's pretty good in everything I've seen him in. I don't know. I think he's a pretty decent actor.
He played the serial killer, and that's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about with the little dog, right? It's like on the cover on the slip. There's like him and a little dog or whatever.
He's a serial killer.
No, he has like a baby. I can't remember what it's called, but it's you. I'm sure.
Oh no, that's a different. Yeah, that's right. There's a different one. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Carter Intervention.
Yeah.
Lars von Trier has plenty
We're
of
thinking about this, but it's not.
Yeah, that's not the right movie.
The voice of that's what I was.
Yeah, and it's not Sean, but it's Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, there's at least one.
That's Ryan
we're gonna
Reynolds.
do WTF on. Eventually, I'm sure we'll do Antichrist, and we might do Melancholia too. I know Gismo loves that movie.
No, I don't love it.
It's a big, it's a big feminist piece, Melancholia.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
You'll like it.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet, but I've heard all the females love it.
Oh, fuck yeah! Women come off great in it. And Dirk loves what's that shitty movie you really like? Well, which one? But the fucking Lars von Trier movie.
Antichrist.
No, I like
House
that one.
Jack built.
House of Jack built. Yeah, I'm sure that'll be one.
Oh, Brad, the movie you were thinking of with Sean William Scott is called Bloodline.
Yeah, that's it.
Thinking of Bloodline.
Yeah,
that's
he's a serial killer.
One 2012.
He's a serial killer.
Fuck, man, I gotta see.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it came out in 2018.
Oh, 18. I thought it was
2018.
12.
Yeah,
I
crime
saw it when
horror
it was
thriller. Yeah.
Carta Derdention. I'm just imagining CK just practicing that at the mirror at home to get that out. Chrissy, so Cronenberg, a lot of his, you got 2 monster Cronenberg fans on the stream, and they're always talking about him. I like some of his movies, but I hate most of them, so I will definitely do those too.
We did do Crimes of the Future though.
Yep.
Well, we did Crimes of the Future. That's right.
But before we begin, we need to praise this cover.
Is that Flashdance?
Flashdance.
Flashdance. Okay. I was wondering where that chick is. It's a different movie.
Yeah.
Potato.
Flashdance.
Hall Notes, Maggie Gyllenhaal would beat Corey's ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
A fucking a wet mop would whoop his ass. Hall Notes, we can do Melancholia. I kind of want to see it. Yeah. Get ready to be depressed.
I will actually say that I believe Anthony will not like Melancholia.
No, most people won't like it. I mean, it's that's going to be one of those ones where Alan's like, listen, I got I got anything else to fucking do? I'm going to skip that one. But
the reason why
I'll be watching. I'll be in the chat, guys. I'll be in the chat.
You said is it mostly drama?
Yeah, and I'm not a big drama horror.
Yeah,
it has to be really fucking good for me to like it.
Drama,
I'm not a big drama guy.
Sci-fi, fantasy, kind of.
Okay.
I liked it more than House that Jack built.
Really?
That ending is the worst fucking ending. I'm not even going to get into
it.
That ending just shits the bed.
That makes the movie.
I loved everything before the ending. When the ending happened, I'm just going, go back and fire the gun. Go back and shoot that gun, and then you can go fucking crazy so I can turn this off. But we'll get into that. It's not a whole other stream.
I gotta watch that movie. That's been one that's been on my list. I know.
I sent it back. That's how much I hated it.
Damn.
I said this can't go to my house, and I don't want to try to.
Well, wait. Let me just ask you this: okay, because to me, Matt Dillon seems like the perfect like serial killer.
Yeah,
he's got the perfect look. He's got the perfect. He's a great actor. How was Matt Dillon in it?
He's good in it.
Oh, he's fucking awesome.
He's really good in it.
Yeah,
Well, just like I said, the ending, it is what it is. Definitely see it.
You
But,
put a pair of wire rim glasses on Matt Dillon. You got a serial killer right there.
yeah, exactly.
Yep. Yeah, you can just call me Card. Sorry about the name. No, like I said, if CK can do it, I can do it. Carta Durdention. There you go. I'm gonna get it. But
you could also pick Nymphomaniacs. That's a 6 hours movie.
Yeah, he's got he did these weird like porno movies. And they're like it's part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, I only got about 3 minutes into that one.
I can tell you right now, if somebody picks that, I'm not doing it. I don't care. That's the one. I'm going to pull one and go, I'm not doing it. I'll do
you win something if you pick a movie no one's seeing?
It's called Nymphomaniacs.
Oh.
That's the name of the movie. It's 6 hours long.
Well, fuck that.
I was thinking Nymphomaniac. Oh, Nymphomaniacs with an S?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not sure about that one.
I mean, the last 6 hour long movie I watched was goddamn Gone with the Wind. And I'm not doing that shit again.
Chris C says Brood is the only one I haven't watched. Yeah, that's definitely WTF.
Yeah, I got the criteria.
It gets really crazy at the end.
Brood's great, man.
What movie is Brood?
The Brood is the one. It's a Cronenberg movie where she's growing rep.
Yeah. I know. I see. Yeah. No.
You sent me a copy of it, Gizmo.
Yeah, but I
you sent me your DVD. Yeah, you sent me a DVD of it.
It's Cronenberg. That's his story between him and his wife, his ex-wife.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, wow.
It's a great movie up till the end.
That movie all up too, and the fucking ending. Carter says Dogville is awesome. I don't think I've seen that.
Dogville?
Dogville, yeah, I've seen it.
I was in cinema, so it.
Been a long fucking time now.
It's a mafia movie.
Yeah, Pure Hangout said Melancholia was a fuck up your day type movie. I liked it more than I thought I was going to like it. I mean, that's about all I could say about it, but I'm sure it'll get covered on one of these episodes. By the way, we're going to talk about this at the end, but Alan picked a movie to do on the stream.
Yeah.
Everybody get excited for that.
Yeah, it was one of my surprise titles of 2021. It's going to be Rent-A-Pal.
I love Rent-A-Pal. Did you really pick
Rent-A-Pal? Oh yeah, man. I fucking love that movie, man.
Oh, okay. I still haven't seen it. That'll give me a good reason to watch it.
Rent-A-Pal's awesome.
It's a badass movie, man.
I got some copies. I got some copies coming cheap. If you need one, or I got like $4 a piece.
Damn, cool.
Yeah, this movie is good. This is good.
How do you write it?
I mean, I heard great.
I can't spoil it. I don't want to spoil the ranking yet, but I really like it.
Yeah, it's hard to talk about without spoiling it because it's one of those movies that'll stick with you for days after you watch it.
IFC Midnight, yeah. Yep.
Is it it's pretty ambiguous though?
IFC Midnight.
Yeah. I think it is. It's a different kind of movie. It's not something you've ever seen before. I don't think it's definitely a different type of movie.
It's the one about dementia or something.
This guy lives in his mom's basement.
It's not
basically, and
it's a happy movie about dating and living life.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically old school dating. It's like an old school dating. Like nowadays you have apps and stuff. Back in the 90s, I believe it was the 90s, they sent in, you went to the video store and you would pick out a VHS tape of, women that you think you might, hit it off with or whatever. And then if you like them, then they can see your VHS tape that you made that's about 5 minutes long. And it's just like an interview, getting to know you type thing. And then if you match with someone, they'll put you on a date, basically. And then trust me, that's the basic premise of the movie. And then you'll see how it, goes from there. But it's good. It's a good one.
Chris C says he loves Rent-A-Pal. Hollow Note says he already saw Rent-A-Pal. He says it's a great movie.
Yep.
Chris C says Mandy stream would be great. Yeah, it's on the list.
Oh yeah, Mandy would be a good one. I like Mandy a lot too.
Good one.
Is Rentapal out on physical, or do I need to stream it?
Yeah, that's the physical.
No. Physical.
Yeah,
I got
Scream
some
Factory put
copies
it out.
coming.
It's an IFC Midnight from Scream Factory.
Fucking haven't heard about that film.
It's only 3 years old, something like that.
Is it British? Is it a
No,
British
it's American.
film?
No,
It's
It's
American.
American.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I got some copies coming. I got them real cheap, so I'll just throw one in your box. You can stream it illegally until it gets there. All right, so let's find this fucking notes. Get into this abomination. Let's see. Oh, the movie is shot in California. It takes place in Northern California.
Brad, it needs to open the stream.
Rick Moranis in a bear's asshole.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
I regret this already. It takes place back in 1988 and is shot in 2001. The movie opens on Jake Gyllenhaal playing Donnie Darko. He's laying in the road in the mountains of Northern California early in the morning. He rides his back to his upper class home with Echo and the Bunnymen, Killing Moon blaring. Now, when I say blaring, like this is like the Watchmen blaring. Like if music is playing, you can't hear anything else. Like it's like up to 11, and then you have to like find your remote real quick or re-blow out your fucking speakers. Like I'm sure that's deliberate, but I hate when fucking movies. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
I hate when movies do that.
I don't like when the music overtakes the dialogue.
Yeah, it's like if you watch The Watchmen, there's a scene where the Mothman or whatever the fuck his name is, and the super horror are having a date, and 99 Left Balloons is blaring. You can barely even hear the fucking dialogue. They're talking to each other because the fucking music is so goddamn loud.
Right.
But this is one of those movies. The soundtracks are very important. They must have been unfortunate because it's a killer soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a really good soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean it really goes along with what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, all the lyrics and shit.
Yeah, it's like one of my Instagram posts.
Yeah.
Which just makes perfect sense every time. At dinner, they talk politics. They're clearly a conservative family. The kids aren't. The kids are like rebelling against them, whatever. But
well, Maggie,
yeah, it's horrible parents. They're sending her to Harvard, and all that shit. Comes out that Donnie's a strange kid, shocker, and he's in therapy and he's on meds. It's another early 2000s weird kid movie. There was a string of them, American Beauty, and it's that type of movie. If anybody hasn't seen it,
I will say this though, I like that this film doesn't feel the need to like show the kid come from like an abused household, abusive
got
household.
A great family.
It almost
his
never
parents
is.
are great, and his sisters.
He's got a great family.
Fucking
awesome.
It's almost never an abused kid that's weird. Like if you're free to be weird like that, most of the time your family's like. If you look at American Beauty, he's a colonel. His dad, they make good money, and he's the weirdest fucking guy in school. He's also a drug dealer and whatever. And it's like this guy comes from an affluent neighborhood in Northern California, and his dad is I don't remember what his job is, but his friends are all doctors and shit like that, and.
Yeah, I'm just saying it's nice. Like they're just normal parents. There's no weird.
I don't even think he's troubled so much. Like he's just weird. No. He's just I
don't think he's weird, man.
Oh, okay.
We'll get into it.
Yeah. This was before the whole thing. He was already on meds, already in therapy, before he started hallucinating.
This is the way all families would have been if Hitler won the war.
Oh
30 minutes for you to bring up.
Now we clean that up.
Well, Brad, you just got demonetized.
Yeah. Oh man, my fucking no. What am I gonna do?
You have to start flashing your Cash App up there.
Yeah. So that night, Donnie is up sleepwalking to a voice saying, "Wake up! I've been watching you. Come closer." And it's like this robotic, almost heavy voice. As he leaves the house, he sees a guy in a bunny costume in the yard. That the bunny, his name's Frank, says in 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds, that is when the world is going to end.
Right.
And Donnie says why and gets no answer.
Yeah.
Donnie is woken the next morning on a nearby golf course by a local doctor and Patrick Swayze's character, Jim Cunningham. Donnie heads home to find a plane engine has fallen on his house, landing right in his bedroom, which would have killed him if he was there last night. They don't seem to know where the engine came from, which is awful. And that comes up over and over in the movie. They keep trying to figure out what engine that fell off of. Nobody seems
the
to
serial
know.
numbers are burnt.
Yeah.
So there's no, they can't figure out what airline it came from. And then, see, they're bitching about the goddamn roof. This is a thing I got a problem with. They're bitching about the fucking roof, but they're not bitching about the interior of their fucking house or nothing.
Yeah.
They just got to get
they can match the tile.
Yeah, they better not fuck us on the shingle match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I'd be going, listen, I'm not signing shit. You get your checkbook out, you start writing zeros. I'll tell you when to stop.
Right. Don't know who to blame it on. You know they got insurance.
Well, it's like, where's the rest of the plane? If the engine fell off, surely that plane has crashed somewhere.
Right.
You know, but whatever. At the bus stop, Donnie and friends smoke cigarettes while they mock the fat Chinese girl. Off
Donnie,
the bus, tears.
Donnie's like, cut her a break, you know. The other dude's like, you know, go back to China, bitch, and all this shit.
Yeah, his friends they seem to be all mismatched to Donnie.
Right.
You know, but you know, they pull up to the school. Tears for Fears, Head Over Heels is blaring. Again, the soundtrack, very expensive. It's not your typical high school. It's either a private school or, you know, a prep, like maybe a Catholic school.
I thought a Catholic.
They all wear uniforms. And it's a higher class school.
They're fucking snorting cocaine out the locker while the goddamn principal walks by and don't even notice, you know.
He sees it, just kind of walks off. Don't really say anything.
Just kind of
like, oh, well.
Yeah, I literally have written here, kids are doing coke in the hallways. It's just like that was the normal. Nobody had fucking cocaine in high school. That's that's expensive shit.
That's and it goes to show you just how oblivious like all the teachers in the school are. You know, none of them are paying attention to what any of the students are doing or anything. Like they're all very into their own worlds, what they've got going on and stuff.
Yeah, except the one, which is Drew Barrymore.
Right, Drew Barrymore. Yeah, who's yep.
Yeah, go ahead and say it. Terrible. She's horrible.
And then the other teacher, them two are like really the only real
scientists. The science bitch.
No wild.
Yeah. Patrick Swayze shows up to meet with the faculty. He later gets hired by the school. In Donnie's English class, taught by the fucking terrible Drew Barrymore, maybe the worst adult actress in history. I mean, she is bad, and she's really bad in this. They talk about the Graham Greene book. I don't know if that's fictional or not. It's called The
Graham Greene is real. I did look up some shit on him.
Okay.
He was he was an agnostic Catholic.
Yeah. That's very common.
Yeah.
It's like a community thing. They go there and it's really common. There's the book's called The Destructors, where there's a robbery and they burn the money, which they do to change things. A new girl comes to class. The teacher, Drew Barrymore, who's fucking terrible, tells her to sit. This would never fucking happen, by the way.
He ain't that damn bad. I mean,
that is the worst. This is the worst performance of her horrible fucking career. I wish she would have died in the fire at Tom Green's house when she burned his house down.
Oh, damn.
I mean, she is so fucking bad. I've
bad.
never seen an actress so fucking bland and sterile. Kid actor, maybe she was good. I didn't see her kid shit, but man. She says
Brad's a huge fan of Charlie's Angels, though. He loves Charlie's Angels. He loves her in that.
I missed it. I missed that one.
It's better acting in this.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
She was She was married to Tom Green. I mean, come on.
She married Tom Green. She was in his movies. Yeah. Anyway, she tells the new girl to sit next to the boy she thinks is the cutest. She picks Donnie, and Barrymore, thankfully, is later fired for her teaching practices.
Also, I wanted to bring up, Barrymore's manager or production company gave him like most of the money to make this movie. That's why she's the teacher.
That's why she gets acted on.
Yeah.
Because they paid a shitload of money to have her do an acting role.
Yeah, she has a lot of ET money. She gets floating around.
The director was only 24 when he made this movie.
Let's see. Hall Note says it's just a movie about video rentals and playing Go Fish.
Okay.
Yeah, it goes a little deeper in that. A little deeper.
Yeah, there's no.
Jerry, what's up? What's going on,
no
Jerry?
wrong answers. What is that? Oh, okay. I thought that was
Wrangler. What's going on, man?
I didn't know what the hell was going on.
The book.
What's up, Wrangler?
What's going on, Wrangler?
The mom is reading Stephen King at the start. Yeah. That actress, she always seems like she's on drugs. The mom in this.
I thought she did great. The mom. I think the whole family is good.
I think everybody but Drew Barrymore is pretty good. The kids, some of them suck, but Drew Barrymore's really.
I enjoy the dad. The dad, smirking when their kids fucked up. Their dad trying not to laugh. I mean, that's pretty much good. I kind of connected with the dad a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. So he's the coolest dad. He's the dad you want.
And in the if you watch the director's cut, there's a whole lot. There's actually a really nice scene
with him and Donnie.
Between him and Donnie, where they're sitting at the table outside, and that's cut in the theatrical version. That's a really good. Didn't you think
it is
so,
a good scene that got cut. But
and then he has a scene with his mother that got cut, and a scene with his sister that got cut also, and those were both pretty decent scenes too. That kind of make you feel more sympathy for when shit goes down at the end for Donnie, and the relationship with his parents and his sister and everything, and yeah. It's so that's some stuff that got cut out, but I'll tell you the big one of the things I didn't like about the director's cut is they changed a lot of the music up, and I wasn't a big fan of some of the music choices he put in instead in the director's cut. I think the theatrical cut has like the better music and stuff like that.
Okay. How much longer is the director's cut compared to the theatrical?
I gotta look that up. I'm not sure.
I know the director's cut. The director's cut is 2 hours and 13 minutes. I know that.
I got it right here. I can look it up.
About the same, I think.
I don't know what the theatrical.
So Donnie and his dad out driving, talking about the missing plane engine. They almost hit an old lady checking her mailbox. She's in the middle of the road. Her name's Mrs. Sparrow, Grandma Death, Roberta Sparrow. She whispers something in Donnie's ear. It's inaudible. Next to Donnie's therapist, he tells her he met a new imaginary friend named Frank who told him that the world is coming to an end. The whole time, this therapist is very concerned about Donnie. He just seems like a normal kid up until this point. Just a normal, like, depressed, emo fucking kid. Next day at school, Donnie's class, gym class, they watch a self-help video, Controlling Fear, made by Patrick Swayze's character, Jim Cunningham. He keeps mentioning, spouting off about fear and love, and Donnie hits this guy right away.
Yeah, he's like, no, it's more to it than just two fucking categories.
It's 113 minutes compared to 133 minutes. There's a difference in the two.
That's it.
I just found it.
Yeah, it's right there.
What did it say?
So the director's cut shorter?
No, the director's cut's longer.
It's longer.
20 minutes longer.
More.
20 minutes long, yeah.
More explanation in the director's cut.
Yeah, and there's more scenes. Yeah, exactly. There's you got like the
Gismo's meds are kicking in right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Firing off.
Yeah. You got like those, like, what are they called? Like title cards or whatever that come up over on the screen. You know what I'm talking about, Dirk? The chapter cards, the chapters. There's like chapters that come up in the director's cut that tell you like what's about to happen and stuff.
The new neck tattoo Dirk's going to be getting.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
All it says, yeah, it's 20 minutes longer. Yeah.
Yep.
And somebody's bugging me on eBay.
Yeah. That night, Donnie is woken again by Frank. This time, Donnie takes an axe and busts a water main at his school, flooding it, causing school to be canceled the next day. They find the axe embedded in the head of the bronze dog statue of the mascot in front of the school. Spray painted on the ground. They made me do it. Two stoners creep on the new girl at the bus stop. Gretchen, that later becomes Donnie's girlfriend. One of them is Seth Rogen. Donnie walks her home. They talk about the upcoming school projects and bullshit. She calls him weird, but she's into him, and he asks her to be his girlfriend, and she agrees. Back at therapy, his therapist tries hypnosis on Donnie. He tells the therapist about the new girlfriend and how much of a pervert he is, and how obsessed with Christina Applegate he is. She asks about his family, and he says, "I don't think about fucking my family. That's gross."
Yeah.
And then he opens his pants, and the therapist claps twice to wake him up.
Yeah, because he's about to start pulling his shit right there.
Yeah. Which from what I understand, that doesn't work, but people do it somehow. I don't know. I had a friend who participated in one of those comedy things or whatever, and he said that it was all bullshit. Like if a comedian meets you backstage and refunds all your money and gives you like food vouchers and all this stuff, and you just play along with it. But I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
Oh, a hypnotist?
Yeah, hypnosis, whether it's bullshit or not.
Yeah,
I've never been hypnotized, so I don't rock.
I think it's bullshit. I saw that live. That happened live at one of the comedy shows I went to, and I think all those people were full of shit. I'm like,
we don't need Dirk unzipped. Let's just.
I'll just say, I believe it's possible.
Yeah. Well, get out. All you gotta do is bang the fucking spoon.
Inside the teacup.
Yeah.
That's it. You're done.
We'll try that. Donnie and his boys shoot BB guns, drink heavily, and have a deep conversation about Smurfs.
Yeah.
Donnie says Smurfs are asexual. That's what's so illogical about being a Smurf. What's the point of being alive if you don't have a dick?
Right. And
point.
There's a parallel to that story that's going on in this story. That whole situation story with the Smurfs has to do with his situation, with Donnie's situation.
Break it down, Dirk.
In this segment of the show, Dirk is going to deep dive the fucking Smurfs.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, Donnie's ass is like, okay, so his archetype character, right? Donnie is selfish as fuck. He don't pity nobody, really. And then his girlfriend, she's all fucking the compassionate one. And then Drew Barrymore's character is like the goddamn spiritual fucking guru bitch. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You get what
And don't forget the Papa Smurf is jerking off to the fucking tapes.
What I'm getting at is Smurfette was created by Gargamel, right? The evil bastard scientist created Smurfette to spy on the Smurfs and shit. And yeah, we'll get to it though. We'll get to it.
Will we?
So basically, in a nutshell, all the Smurfs just laid up fucking is what they're trying to say.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's all like there's only one broad, and they all whatever. But his idiot friends disapprove of. They don't like that he's spoiling their joyous conversation about the Smurfs. It's like they're so mismatched, but it really does make sense. You make the friends when you're 5, 6, 7, and then by the time you're in high school, you're totally different people, but you're still friends with the same, lunkheads from before, even though you're not,
you're not the same.
You're not the same anymore, but they still have loyalty to each other, and his friends are very loyal. They follow him around like he's the leader. Let's see. Hollow Note says hypnotism is real, like Frank. Sure. Wild Wrangler, Smurfette. Yep. Hollow Notes, yeah, and Smurfs are blue, and Donnie's balls. Because the therapist, yep, that.
Well, I'm just saying, like the story he's telling about Smurfette, she becomes good when she's actually created evil. And Donnie is a selfish motherfucker, but then he's surrounded by like his girlfriend, his family, and all that shit. So he, we'll get to the end of the movie, like what happens. The fuck?
Gizmo forgot he's on live stream. Gizmo's just fucking with the shit over there.
I didn't know what the fuck that was.
By the way, Gizmo, your list was on.
Gizmo turned into Blake from Lost Highway.
Yeah, he turned into fucking the lead from American Beauty.
I was thinking the same.
While Regular says thanks, what they do, that's what they do, Dirk. Yeah. It's all one big orgy.
Yeah.
So at the PTA meeting, they talk about the water main vandalism, where the PE teacher just rants and raves about this this book that they were reading, The Destructors, and how it's a bad influence on the kids and likely what caused the vandalism, because they do a similar. They flood a house in the book and they flood a school in this.
And they burn the money that's in the old man's mattress and shit.
Yeah. And like I said, that's the robbery and all that shit, but he doesn't commit a robbery, but still, that's what she's going on about. The PE teacher flouts her apparent higher degree than Donnie's mom. Meanwhile, Frank shows Donnie that he's able to cause a ripple in time and explains that Donnie can too. Mm-hmm. Frank tells Donnie they're in great danger. He asks, "Do you believe in time travel?" And Donnie's little sister interrupts. So like, you don't get a lot. You never actually get answers from Frank directly.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the director's cut, though, he does explain it more. There's more voiceover work with Frank explaining things. There's chapters.
Yeah, so, it's written out. The 10 pages or something. Come on the screen and shit. Like
yeah. There's a whole
explaining. Yeah, the whole philosophy of time travel and shit.
Yeah, there's way more context to it. Like, the director's got it. Yeah, it definitely adds a lot.
This movie is it's just heavy, like Stephen Hawking type time travel shit.
It is.
So back in school, the PE teacher goes over Jim Cunningham's Fear and Love material. Donnie still hates the entire thing. He explains that life has a gray area. She tells him either complete the assignment or get a 0 for the day. Immediately, it cuts to the principal's office with Donnie and his parents and the PE teacher and the principal, where it comes out that Donnie tests extremely high in all categories, and he told the PE teacher to stick the Fear and Love programming up her ass.
Right.
The father starts laughing. He can't control himself. Yeah.
Yeah, he loves
his parents love it. They love it.
The mom don't, not so much. But.
Told me to fully insert the exercise card into my anus. The teacher said I had to write that down. That was funny as shit.
Yeah,
that's why the dad kind of chuckled, trying not to laugh.
And you might recognize that teacher. She's the same teacher from Child's Play 2 that gets beaten to death with the roller by Chucky.
Yeah.
That lady
So later, she gives this high and mighty speech to the mother of Donnie about morality and how she's going to pray for her and bullshit. She takes this, like, she climbs up on a cross over every issue. She reminded me of like the Simpsons character, won't somebody please think of the children? Like that, everything is a crisis to her. And Donnie's rewarded by his parents after this. They think what he did was the right thing to do and that it's all bullshit. Like I said, it seemed like the best parents ever, and he's still a fucking mess.
My mom's like, I still don't think he should have told her that. And then Dad's like, well, I want to buy him a moped.
Donnie talks to the science teacher about time travel. He gives him a time travel book written by Grandma Death, Roberta Sparrow, the old lady from earlier that they almost hit with the car. Donnie at therapy tells her about the Sparrow time travel book and how she told him every living creature dies alone. He goes on debating religion and not wanting to be alone with the counselor. therapist, whatever she is. Donnie, his dad, Donnie's friend, and his dad watch a ball game. His dad gets up to get beer, but there is this clear, like sphere, like orb tunnel that comes out of his chest and leads him to the fridge that only Donnie can see. Now, from this point forward, Donnie can now see where people are going. You know, where they're carrying on.
They're all being manipulated. See, It says there's a chapter in that book or whatever. It says the manipulated living. So, but it comes out later, like what's going on. But all the people are being manipulated by
tunnel comes out of Donnie's chest and leads him to his parents' bedroom, where he finds a 1911 Colt 45 pistol.
It was like the damn water monster from the abyss.
Yeah, that's what I kept thinking. The abyss.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
And this is a good example where CGI fucks up a movie for me.
See, I actually like the CGI in this movie.
Yeah, I did too. I thought it was okay.
It either
you don't
like take you out of the movie or it's not. You know, I think I could see how some people would say, "Well, that takes me out. That took me right out of the fucking." I was in until that. You know, I thought it looked pretty good for being 22 years old.
2001. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. I mean,
it's used pretty sparingly.
Yeah.
But I was just struggling when you see it goes from the bodies. Sometimes they use the color from their shirt to push it out, but other times it's just blue or white or whatever it is. It didn't. I don't know.
Yeah, you wanted it to be like one or the other, like go either the color of their shirts or just make it one solid color ripple effect kind of thing. Yeah,
because I have no problem with the Abyss, the effect in Abyss. I think that still holds up in some way or another. But in this one, I think it's
Yeah, Wild Wrangler. You know, this is heavy, dude.
Yeah,
great Scott.
Chris C, the late great Pat Swayze is great in this. Yeah, I think he was already sick at this point. I don't quite remember, but
when did he pass away? Like 2006, something like that. 2008.
Wow, was it that long ago?
Yeah, it might have been 10 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, but he looked really bad at the end. I just felt like his face was starting to get thinner, and but he's great in that.
He still did a good job.
Yeah, and he took on this role like most big actors.
2009. I think Tom Hanks was going to do this role, but he turned it down.
There's no way Tom Hanks would fucking come on, Dirk. Jesus Christ, no way in hell. You got Tom Hanks be 11th on the fucking call sheet. Yeah, come on.
Sorry, Swayze beat you out, Hanks.
Yeah.
Me and Alan were just talking about this. Raul Julia, the Gomez Adams.
Yeah.
He did Street Fighter with full-blown stomach cancer, just so his kids could have one last, movie that they would like. All that stuff. That's stuff. Apparently, he was really bad, like from
and he's the fucking best thing in the film.
He's the only good part. He's the only good part of the movie. Bison. Those bison bucks.
But it was so weird to see that lady from Dance with Wolves, that what's her name, stand on a fist or inside a fist or whatever her name is. She's in this one. She likes to be fisted. She's the mother in this one.
Stink fist.
Thick fist. Yeah. But she looks so damn old in this one compared to Dance with Wolves, and it's just 10 years apart.
Women age like bread. You know that.
I just had to say that so I can talk down on women.
There you go.
Was important for
Lars von Trier over here.
Yeah.
If any women watch this stream, they'd be offended.
Yeah. This is not the stream to watch.
I don't think there's been a female in here yet. Has it?
We're over here mansplaining everything. Donnie and his girlfriend debate time travel as they walk. She tells him they can't kiss until she's reminded how beautiful the world can be. And right now, there's a fat guy staring at us in a red jogging suit.
Which was that's something else. You notice how many times you see that fat guy?
He's in it several times.
Yeah, was there any fight?
Dirk, I want to ask you about that guy. What was his purpose? You seen him twice. I know I see him.
He's from the primal.
Jesus
You-
Christ.
he's
Let's
from
not
the
get into
PU.
this
The
now.
primal
No,
universe.
no,
The whole thing.
he's from. If you notice, because see, I listened to the director's
He's from the local
commentary.
curb down the street.
He's the guy. So at the beginning, they show him at the beginning and the end. But if you're looking, all those agents that are outside of the house,
Right.
and they're removing the engine of the airplane,
Mhm.
he's one of the agents there.
Okay.
And then he goes undercover and he's following Donnie around because they don't know what happened.
Gotcha.
Something,
right.
and so they want to try to see if Donnie's
Like the
responsible.
detectives from Lost Highway.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Yeah.
there's other agents as well.
There's Jesus. Yeah.
I'm talking about Drew Barrymore and the other teacher.
I don't
They
know
have
about
a
all
little-
that. I know that guy is.
They have a little
they
conversation
love-
about
they hear-
Donnie.
That's a whole thing. They hear that
Yeah.
Donnie Darko told the PE teacher that everybody hates to
Right.
stick that thing up her ass, and they
Right.
loved it. That's what everybody loved it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's some other fucking horrible theory. But the whole thing with the girlfriend saying she doesn't want to kiss him until she's reminded how beautiful the world can be, and blah blah blah. I'm just like, we have to be. Let's get right back into how emo this fucking movie is.
Yeah.
Like, the dude's like setting her hair aside and shit. It's like, okay. But Donnie's parents meet with Donnie's therapist, where she explains that his aggression is due to his lack of coping skills. And he has an imaginary friend named Frank, the giant bunny rabbit. She believes he may be a paranoid schizophrenic. She wants to do more hypnosis and increase his meds. That's her solution to paranoid schizophrenia, apparently.
That's a very intense scene too, because when she's explaining, like, do you know about his invisible friend named Frank? His bunny named Frank or whatever.
Like,
There's
what?
like that music, that score building up in the background and everything, and you can see the reaction of the parents' faces. Like, could you imagine, Alan, if they said that like about one of your kids or whatever? Oh yeah, your kid is seeing this imaginary rabbit, Frank.
They
that's
tell you
telling
about the
stupid
6
thing.
foot bunny rabbit.
Yeah,
Frank.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's terrifying, right?
Yeah, it'd be something else, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Alan will go, well, send him to the crazy house. What do you want? What are you telling me for?
time to go. To
I got
bed.
4 of them. I can stand to lose one.
We were doing a stream one time, and Alan was he was reaching really hard for a PC term to describe a mental health facility. And he just you abandoned it and just went, the crazy house. You couldn't have found anything better.
The goddamn glue factory. So
It was
I
the
got a question for you guys.
cuckoo's nest.
And we can talk about this later, but that the jet engine that fell, the spiral that was in the center, what was the deal with the spiral?
It's from
That's on. I believe that's on every jet engine. It's a directional thing for so when they don't put the bolts on backwards or something. But I believe that's on every jet
If you
engine.
look it up, there's all kind of theories on it. And some people, one person said that the mother said she was on the red eye flight, and that was like,
right.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not. Everybody's got
She
their
does
fucking
say
theories.
the red eye. She says
Oh,
she's on the red eye. She's catching the red eye back later on.
Y'all
She
look it
said
up
that-
later. There's
eye.
all kind of theories online.
Red
You know
eye
what's funny,
runs from
Alan?
New York
I
to
swear to
LA.
God, I've been sitting here trying to look that up too. While I was ever since Brad brought up the engine in the beginning of the stream, I've been
Me
sitting
too.
over to the side because I forgot the director said it's called the something spiral, and I can't remember what the word was. And I've been sitting here trying to look it up, and I still can't find it. But in the commentary, the director calls it something, and I forgot what it's called, and it's driving me crazy. That's why you write shit down.
I just figured it out. This is a tie. This is a deep tie-in to the Saw universe.
Exactly.
Is that what it is?
That's what it is.
Spiral.
Yeah.
I just blow your mind.
Right.
Exactly. Well, and it is different universes too. You're right, and it's
Chris
crossing
Tucker
paths.
or whatever. Chris Rock. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Somebody in the chat, let us know if you know what
I can
that
tell you
spiral's
about
called.
I can tell you what the jet engine though. It's an artifact.
I know that. Yeah.
It's an artifact for time travel. That's how that is what it is. Like you find that out later.
Yeah.
Come on, Doug.
You'll find that shit out later.
Oh, let's see here. Spicy 4K action. How much are they paying you to be here? Swayze, Hollywood says he forgot Swayze died. Spicy 4K Action says 2009.
Yep.
Wrangler says I saw Street Fighter in the theater. More G.I. Joe. What was his fucking name? They got Jean-Claude Van Damme to play fucking
Guile.
an American soldier, Captain America type guy. And he's
Guile,
French, whatever the fuck he is.
Or Gold, Guile.
Guile, yeah. Wild Wrangler, you need to do Street Fighter 2, or Street Fighter 2-hour stream. Oh my god.
Well, that's a really good one if he's talking about the anime.
He's talking about the one with Raul Julia and that one, which it got a really nice steelbook not too long ago.
It did. Really nice. You got that one, Alan?
No, I didn't. I didn't grab it.
I think it's there a Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, I didn't grab it.
No, he's saying the 2-hour Street Fighter stream.
Oh, okay, for the first one. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that was a cool steelbook. Yeah, I regret not getting that one.
It had the bison books in it. I think
it was a Blu-ray. I think it was a Blu-ray, and I think I was thinking it was gonna be released as a 4K.
I think it's a Mill Creek. I think it's a Mill Creek steelbook. I think it's their only one. But it was a nice looking steelbook and it had the bison bucks in it. It seemed like a legit release.
It was. Yeah, look good.
Okay. So did somebody say Uzumaki, which means spiral?
That's what it's called. Yeah. Whatever that word is, Uzumaki or whatever. Yeah, that's spiral. Yeah. So
it just means spiral, right?
What's that?
It means
just spiral. It's Japanese for spiral.
Okay, yeah, because I think that's what the director said. I think that's what he called it.
He was just trying to sound smart.
Probably.
No.
Yeah, probably.
This guy? No way.
Just throw in more little things in there.
Right. Let's fuck their heads some more, Let's make this as confusing as possible.
It's like those people that say like they enunciate like a Spanish word, like they're Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I think, bitch, this is America.
Oh my god!
Oh, they roll the tongue.
But if you notice, they zoom in on the spirals. I felt like there was some meaning there. I didn't find that one. I didn't figure out what it was, and so that's why I was going to bring it up tonight.
But
I really thought all those.
Anytime I see a spiral, I always think of infinity. That's just what comes to my mind.
And you also got to think of that back in probably in 1990 or something. This director was sitting there with a knife in his room with black makeup, trying to. And now he's on the commentary track on a fucking Blu-ray made, and he's the top dog today.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Well,
Gismo,
really, this is
Gismo. That was an oddly specific reference. It's almost like you've been there.
I've been there, but I'm not on any commentary track.
Gismo,
so I'm just jealous.
Show us some pictures of you in high school. Let's see.
No. He's
just immediately like, "What? They're clean." I
have nothing.
I didn't do anything.
He cuts himself on his thighs, so no one else can see. It's on his inner.
I don't want to take off my shirt.
Let's not mock people with real issues, okay?
No, but he survived, so that's okay.
Yeah. Anyway, the next morning, the school assembles at the gymnasium. Jim Cunningham, Patrick Swayze, is giving a self-help presentation on fear and love. His example story character's name is Frank, which gets Donnie's attention.
Oh yeah.
Swayze takes Q&A from the audience, which is hilarious. All his volunteers, one girl talks about her sister eating too much, and then
that was hilarious.
Shut up, Karen, or whatever. And fucking Swayze is acting great. Obviously, he's killing it as this character. I believe him as this character, and he's just like, "Oh, sweetheart, don't say that." It's okay, and all that shit. And
but Brad, did you guys notice how he had plants in the audience to ask him specific? That kid, that little boy, he's in the video that Patrick Swayze shows. Yeah. So he's a plant.
I didn't think about that.
That he put in there to ask like specific questions. Be like, "Oh, what about this?" And then Swayze knows exactly how to answer it to look like a hero.
Right. The first time Donnie sees Swayze on the TV, though, he's like fucking triggered,
right? Like he knows
when he's talking about Frank or whatever. Yeah, or not Frank, but Damn.
No, you're right. It was Frank. There was like a guy.
The first character, the first hypothetical character's name was Frank.
Yeah.
On the thing.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yep.
But he just hates this fucking guy. Every time he comes up, it bothers him. He just can't stand this dude. You meet somebody and just like, I don't like this motherfucker right away.
Yeah, you can almost sense it's like a primal thing. You can almost,
he just doesn't like this dude.
Yeah.
And
he tells him he's the Antichrist. Shit.
Yeah. Donnie, of course, volunteers for the Q&A, goes up to the microphone and he says his name is Gerald. And completely dresses down the Swayze character, eventually calling him the fucking Antichrist and has to be taken away. Donnie meets with his girlfriend where he tells him where he tells, I don't know if it was him or her. He tells her that he's been seeing seeing things, and this book Grandma Death wrote describes all the stuff he's been seeing, and it can't be a coincidence. Again, he meets with the science teacher where they talk in circles about time travel and God, and eventually the teacher recuses himself because he could get fired over talking about religion to kids. Donnie finds Jim Cunningham's wallet. Frank's voice comes in, says, "Now we know where he lives." Swayze has this it's the house in the background.
Again, though, you notice the parallel. You notice the parallel with that shit, though. He finds Jim Cunningham's wallet, and then the PE teacher's talking about, him finding an example of like between fear and love and all that shit.
Yeah, that
the card he read was about if you found a wallet $200.
Yeah,
do you keep the money and return the wallet, or do you just return the wallet with the money, or do you blah blah blah?
Yeah, and he's like, it has nothing to do with fear and love. And shit.
Yeah,
and then he finds fucking Cunningham's wallet, and then the other story with Barrymore, where the kids fucking burn the shit down,
right?
Burn the mattress and fucking destroy the water main and flood the school. There's just parallels with the stories that they're being told and this story. It's fucking, I don't know if y'all picked up on that, but
Hall Notes.
Dirk, that's what you're here for. You got to break it all down.
No, I'm just saying the things I picked up on.
No, man. There's a lot in this movie. So
it is.
Wait till we do the fuck's it called? The Infinity Pool.
Yeah.
Me and Dirk were talking about it. He's like, it's this and it's that. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's this. And stop watching David Lynch. Stop watching David Lynch. God damn it.
Well, Cronenberg Jr., we're right there. They're on the same level.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Just to torture Brad, Dirk's only going to pick Lynch films from now on.
It's entirely possible. Hall Notes says Spiral only reminds me of two things: Spiral notebooks and the Marvel character. I didn't even know there was a Marvel character named Spiral.
Yeah.
Chris C. Read the horror manga done by Ito. It's called Uzumaki. Great stuff.
Oh.
This is all Gizmo type stuff.
I don't know that.
Good to know.
Spicy 4K action. I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah, I'm not afraid anymore.
Yeah. Hall Notes, no such thing as a bad coincidence. That's a quote from Lost Highway.
Yeah.
Colin loves Lost Highway.
Oh,
he's even quoting it. He loves it.
Wonderful film.
Don't let him tell you any different.
As long as we can bring it to one, just one.
Yeah.
We accomplished our mission.
You brought it to me, and
it missed me. It missed me, so y'all need to keep looking at it. If you're relying on me, because it missed me a lot.
I tell you what it did. It made me like movies that are, other movies more.
Well,
because
there you
it's
go.
so bad by comparison. So
there's some good that came out of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, after a terrorist attack, we got heightened security. Like things like now I know those.
That's something else.
Movies are
when this movie come out, it didn't do well at the box office because of 9/11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
And
yeah,
I think that's I guess because of the fucking jet engine shit
Plane.
or whatever. But,
Yeah.
People got touchy about it, plane
Yeah.
crashes and stuff for some reason. Let's see. At a talent show the next night, the fat Chinese girl is doing some kind of weird interpretive dance thing.
yeah.
The PE teacher tells the little girls before their dance number, and these are like 7-year-old girls, failure is not an option. If you need to vomit, just swallow it.
Yeah.
So
That's
funny.
her own daughter. She's telling
She
me.
is hilarious in this.
Yeah, she's great.
The PE teacher is acting like this is the Super Bowl. I love that whole thing. It's just some stupid little girl.
I need to remember her name because she's great in every damn role.
I have it down here. But yeah, I think she's the bright spot in this. I think she's acting her ass off, and he's really carrying the story. She's the comic relief in a really heavy time travel soup that this is.
The bad thing I've known teachers like that.
Her name's Beth Grant.
Beth Grant, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I also think this is Patrick Swayze's best role, actually.
Really? You think
I really dig it.
God damn.
I've never been a big fan of him, because he's always had this kind of B action movies that I liked. But on the other side, he has this romantic dramas and stuff like that.
He's really a romantic
Gismo.
actor.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is. That's what he does.
took ballet and shit,
Yeah, he's a pretty boy, and that's his thing. He's that kind of actor, and it's just
my favorite film of his personally would be Next of Kin.
Oh, that's a good movie. Next of Kin's a good movie. Yeah.
The Australian Next of Kin is a lot better than that, in my opinion. But yeah, I like this role. I like what he's doing
about
here.
Roadhouse now.
I mean,
I love
Roadhouse,
for
God's sakes.
But it's not because Patrick Swayze is playing his ass off. It's because he's great.
Yeah, he's never seen.
Dirk's never seen Roadhouse.
Yeah, of course. Never
Dude,
seen
you gotta fucking see Roadhouse. Goddamn.
Roadhouse is a great movie, but it's not because of Patrick Swayze is playing his ass off. It's because it's just a good, fun watch.
Well, I mean, that's an American thing. I mean, you're American Pie. And,
You're pissing.
Okay, now I'm shitting on everything.
Yeah, he's kind of an American icon, but that's okay.
You're fucking communist over there. Talking shit. You gonna talk shit about Rocky while you're at it? I mean,
No, Rocky is great.
I did think he was going to be bigger, though.
Yeah.
My favorite character of that fucking movie, though, was Sam Elliott. I love Sam Elliott in that movie.
Good in that movie.
Fucking great.
Terry Funk's hard to beat in that. Just overreacting to everything. What the hell am I supposed to do?
It was always Barber College.
You're a dead man, and just like high fives him basically to take the fucking check. He's like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah.
Long temperament for the trade.
Sparkle Motion.
It's posted 4K Action says Sparkle Motion's the name of the dance group.
Sparkle Motion.
See what you fucking did, Gismo? I told you. In the wrong fucking stream.
Yep.
I love the film. I just said that he is not the reason.
Okay, you can do one movie and be an icon in this country. Okay, we don't need all this,
And I like Patrick Swayze, just to say. But
Brian, what's up, bro?
Hey, Brian.
Brian's gonna do that damn hot lollipop pop challenge one day. The devil
probably already did that.
Oh shit, I forgot about that.
Fucking ate it. Brian says, I was a fan of James Duvall in the 90s, early 2000s. I wish Doom Generation would get a Blu-ray. That'd be a hell of a WTF. Yeah, it's on the list.
But doesn't that get a Blu-ray now? I think I put out a picture on my Instagram like some weeks ago.
See, again, this is where we talked about movies, and you say American films, we just say movies, and then every other country is just that's a cute try at a movie.
Okay.
Like that Doom Generation. I think it's a foreign release. So to a lot of people, I'm not one of those people. I'm multi-region, but there's a lot of people that'll go, if it's a foreign release, I'm not buying that piece of shit.
Yeah.
We wait till the U.S. stuff comes here.
Yeah, man, I'm getting region B shit all the time.
Yeah, because I'm a cheap ass. I love the region B stuff. It's about half the price usually of the region.
Did everybody freeze at one time, or did I freeze?
Sticker. I don't mind the little 18 or 16 number on there or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, some people can't handle the region code or the rating code being on the cover.
This was just like saying, I don't hate small people. I have a lot of friends that's small.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I'm like, listen, I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like, we don't care if there's some foreign release. Most people want the U.S. release here,
Right?
Like,
all of a sudden, you just see four American flags fall behind me, Brad, Alan,
yeah,
right in our background.
That's the next stream. You will have the American flag in the background.
Yeah. When are you gonna start living right and move over here?
Yeah.
But I mean, literally, like big collectors,
proud to be an American.
Don't be Region B at all.
We all have Roadhouse. We all have Roadhouse going in the background, like TV monitors and shit.
But next stream, you said Anthony will be, or Tony, I mean, will be on the stream, and he's from UK, so me and him can go strong.
Yeah. Well, you see, the thing is, UK Tony knows his place. No, we're doing. We're gonna do a top 5 documentary stream. Me, Alan, UK Tony, Masters of the '80s, and Gismo. So we're gonna be doing that soon. We're getting ready for that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
That's gonna be awesome. I don't think anyone's done. I haven't seen anyone do that.
I ain't never seen no top 5 doc. No.
No.
Yeah.
That's
you wouldn't believe the people I asked to do that stream was just like, I don't even know any documentaries.
Yes.
There you go. Goddamn it.
Thank you.
Patrick Swayze.
Hell yeah.
No.
I fought fucking Patton. I feel like Patton's in front of this fucking play. A fat Patton.
Put him on the big screen.
Oh, let's see.
How do I change this shit back? Hold on.
Holland says it's not that offensive till Pops gives a whoa.
Whoa, right.
Oh, yeah.
Referring to the Roadhouse.
Yeah.
That's going to be you, Gismo. You're Hulk Hogan.
That don't look right.
Hulk Hogan in that screen right there, Gismo.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
In the chokehold.
Brian, if the foreign release is uncut, Gismo, I'd buy it. But that R-rated cut of Doom Generation cuts like 15 minutes and it sucks the life out of the movie. Yeah, I have to see that. I don't know. I don't know if it's a foreign release. I'm assuming it's a foreign release. See, like
I don't remember. I have it on my Instagram. You can check. I can check it afterwards.
Yeah, Gismo. It's just like if there's a release in Moldavia, he'll post that.
Yeah,
you know, we're just like, what the fuck? Where's the language is wrong here? What is this? What is this crap? But let's see. Hall notes. I'm a real American. Hogan's theme blares. Yeah.
Yes.
I am a real American. Brian Goes Blue, the making of Clue movie documentary was Slip sold out in one day. Yeah, it was only 1,000, I think. It was only 1,000 units of that, Brian will say. But there wasn't
Clue,
a lot of
movie, is that the Vinegar Syndrome? No.
Vinegar Syndrome's partner label, they had a documentary about the Clue movie.
Yeah.
And it sold out really quickly. But I think it was only 1,000, maybe 1,500 copies.
That's crazy.
I watched kind of small spot they had, and it looked boring as fuck, so I didn't buy it.
And Tim Curry's not in it because Tim Curry was going through some of his shit, you know. God punished him apparently for his crimes. That motherfucker.
Did you buy it, Brian?
Brian got it, I'm sure.
But Donnie Darko is really a sequel to this.
They live. Oh fuck! What's is that a slipcover or no?
I think that's a lithograph or something.
Damn, that was a cool picture.
Yeah, it is.
Wild Wrangler says, "Don't put some hospitality. I won't allow it." There you go.
Battle of the They Lives. Let's go.
Brian says, "Yeah, 1,000 units." But I didn't think the Clue movie was that popular. You know how it is with VS. They get under 1,000, they're gone. I mean, this is the way it goes.
Not this bad boy.
Yeah. Not the Cat 3 shit, the trash Cat 3 shit that everybody hates that I have to order right away so it won't sell out.
Yeah.
And then it's on sales for the next fucking 2 years. But you know how it is. So Donnie and his girlfriend go see Evil Dead. At the right place. Which falls
was kind of confusing. Maybe it's just because it's close to Halloween. Does that come out in what, 81? And
it's probably it's a small town theater, and they'll show, you know.
But they're showing like, you know, Last Temptation of Christ, this is during 88. You know, so
it's probably a Halloween special screening or something.
Yeah, because there were Halloween decorations and stuff all over like the booth where they sell the tickets and all that.
Right.
And Yeah, and it was interesting too because the director was talking about how, Sam Raimi was really cool about letting them use, the Evil Dead for the movie and letting them kind of alter it a bit because how you start to see the spheres coming out of the screen and the portals and all that.
Yeah.
And Sam Raimi, I guess, was just super cool about it. He's like, yeah, go ahead and use it. Don't worry about it. It's fine. He let him use it for free. He's like, yeah, you can just go ahead and use it. Don't worry about it. So I thought that was really cool.
Well, that just brought more attention to his shit too, though. So.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, why not? It's free promotion,
Right.
Yeah.
And Raimi's cool though.
Yep.
Dr. Ordinary just woke up.
Yeah.
Fucking talking about Evil Dead without me. She falls asleep and Donnie talks to Frank. Why are you wearing that stupid bunny suit? Frank says, why are you wearing that stupid man suit?
Right.
Frank takes his mask off. It's a teenager with a bullet through his right eye. Frank shows Donnie a space-time portal on the movie screen to Swayze's house and says, burn it to the ground. Donnie leaves the theater, burns down Jim Cunningham's house, and comes back before his girlfriend wakes up. Giant oil painting of Cunningham has the giant oil painting of himself. Apparently leads to a kiddie porn dungeon in his house.
That shit was creepy as hell too, man. That painting of him.
That when they're in the theater, what does he ask Frank? And Frank says, "You already know the answer." Do you remember that part?
No, I don't remember that. Oh, he asked him. He asked him about the time that he has left. He said, "What happens then?" And he says, "You should already know the answer to that."
Right. And he's always laughing. He's always like fucking snickering. Like. I get the vibe that Donnie knows everything, but he's just fucking.
It's all in that book, I guess. I don't know.
Well, Dirk, you know what? That's kind of true too, because remember, the Chinese girl, who Donnie can tell is upset. Remember, he takes her earmuffs off and he says, "Don't worry, things are going to get a lot better for you." Now, how would he know that unless he's already seen?
He'll be gone. He'll be gone. He knows he's going to be gone, and she's obsessed with him. It comes out she's obsessed with him, and she won't be fixated on him anymore. The next morning, it's all over the news. Jim Cunningham is a ringleader of a gigantic child porn ring. The PE teacher begs Donnie's mom to take the dance team to a big competition. Crying, she says, "Sometimes I doubt your commitment to sparkle motion."
Yeah, that was a great scene, man. That was a really good scene.
And I'm thinking, I thought she was going to tell the bitch off. First time I seen it, look, you do.
It's like she was right there on the edge, like she was about to.
Yeah.
But her daughter,
dungeon, you're defending that piece of shit.
She's loving it. She's loving it that this guy is taking her on the chin, and she wants to be at his arraignment, so she can't take the kids. But Beth Grant as Kitty really acting her ass off again. Donnie's mom agrees to take the kids to New York or wherever the fuck it was. Now both parents will be out of the house this weekend. Donnie meets with Drew Barrymore. Again, this is the worst scene in the movie for me. He's the only person there meeting with Drew Barrymore. They have no relationship at all. It's like she's getting fired. Somehow he knows about it. And they have a private meeting between the two, teacher and student. Totally makes sense. But she has the word cellar door written in cursive on the blackboard, and Donnie asks why she has that, and she explains that blah blah blah. It's the most beautiful combination of words in the history of literature and and all this bullshit.
It's the most beautiful.
It's a total MacGuffin. Like they're just hammering that home. It's like it's in his head now. Cellar door.
Right.
That's the worst scene in the whole movie for me.
It's a clue.
It's a clue to what comes later.
Right.
Could have done it any other way, and I'd have been okay.
Yeah,
with it,
they could have did it just a little bit more subtly.
It was ham-handed, I guess, but they had her for one day probably, and they used it. Donnie tells Fat Chinese girl that one day her life will get better. Takes her earmuffs, and he discovers that she has a huge crush on him, and she trots away. Back in therapy, Donnie is under hypnosis. He tells the therapist he flooded the school, burned down Swayze's house, and he only has a few days left till they catch him. And Frank told him to do it. He obeys Frank because Frank saved his life from the plane engine, and he can build a time machine. He says Frank is going to kill this. Going to kill. The sky is going to open, meaning the world is going to end. She says if that happens, it'll just be you and Frank and no one else.
Right.
That's what she says. Let's see. Brian said he didn't buy it. Orbit has it. It may just jump on it. And a one-time watch resell it. Yeah, probably. Wild Wrangler, 28 days, 6 hours, 42 minutes, 12 seconds. Nothing compares to you. By what's her fucking name? Sinead O'Connor. That's what. That every time I'm like, yeah, that's all I thought of. Wild Wrangler, Frank, the rabbit would have been creepier in stop motion. No, Dirk loves it.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I
did like when they did the quick edits with him, where he's kind of like
do it a couple times. His head went back and shit.
Yeah, that's kind of like that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Let's see. The next morning, Donnie's sister tells him she got into Harvard. They decide to throw a Halloween party to celebrate with their parents and little sister out of town. Everybody shows up, including Donnie's girlfriend, who tells him her mom ran off. And she doesn't know where she is. She thinks her stepdad kidnapped her or something like that. And, but they hook up upstairs.
Finally.
Yeah. And the screen shows 6 hours left till Frank's countdown ends. Donnie finds a whiteboard that says Frank was here, went to get beer. Right. Donnie is still seeing everyone's spherical tunnels coming out of their chest. Donnie leaves the party with his girlfriend and his two friends. They go to Roberta Sparrow's house, Grandma Death. They see a cellar door, which apparently they have to go in because earlier only Donnie was there, but that fucking cunt said cellar door, and now he knows that's where he's got to go. So they go. That's where they need to be. And they go. The stoner idiots are there for reasons. They're there in the basement already.
Yeah.
They're robbing.
They're the Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah. So they throw Donnie's girlfriend on the ground. She's having an asthma attack, got the wind knocked out of her, whatever. They throw Donnie down. One holds a knife to Donnie's throat. Donnie says, Deus Ex Machina, our savior. Right. Just then, a Trans Am swerves, Mrs. Grandma Death, who was in the road again, getting her mail, and runs over Donnie's girlfriend, killing her instantly. Right. Now, so that Deus Ex Machina, Latin translated to God from the machine, as a definition, a person or thing that appears or is introduced into a situation suddenly and unexpectedly and provides artificial or contrived solution to an apparently insolvable difficulty. Right. Which, after Ex Machina came out, every Bluetooth asshole reviewer retard uses that phrase constantly. Right. Oh, it's an Ex Machina. It's this. It's that. I'm glad you learned some new words.
Yeah.
Today, you fucking hard. We get it. You're real smart.
Right.
Okay. You got some movies behind you. You're a movie reviewer now. Congratulations.
Thanks, Brad. Appreciate the kind words.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Wild Wrangler says, add the numbers, Dirk, and get the answer. Oh, it's a number 23 shit.
Oh,
here you go. This is what it is.
Right. I know the answer. The answer to the question is welcome to tomorrow.
Welcome to tomorrow. That's what it is. That's the whole thing.
That's it.
All right. Good night, everybody. Yeah. We don't need to go any further. The passenger gets out dressed as a clown. The driver gets out, and it's Frank, complete with the bunny costume. Donnie shoots Frank through the eye on the right side.
Yeah. With
his dad's gun. He tells the clown to go home and tell his parents that everything is going to be okay. Grandma Death still wandering around in the background.
Yep.
The next morning, Donnie sees a wormhole opening over his house and takes off in the parents' station wagon with his dead girlfriend in the passenger seat. Again, extremely emo. Frank repeats the countdown. Donnie parks in the same spot where he woke up at the beginning of the movie. He sees the black hole opening from a distance over his house. Cut to inside the mom's plane coming back with his little sister. Something seems to happen, some turbulence, or maybe something hit the plane that you can't really tell. And then it shows the plane engine going through time. Everything Donnie had done is going in reverse the last 28 days.
Yep.
Donnie wrote a letter to Roberta Sparrow and reads it aloud, saying that he hopes her book is true because he'll have so much to look forward to. Donnie is now back to the night where the plane engine crashed through the house at the beginning of the movie, laughing as he goes to bed. And again, the engine does go through the house, right into his bedroom, onto his bed, where he's sleeping, and dies.
Yeah.
The song Mad World starts playing, showing all the characters from the movie, all very upset and kind of like cathartic for no apparent reason. Eventually leading back to Donnie's house where his family are all crying. Donnie's girlfriend from before rolls up on her bike, asking questions, looking confused. And then the credits roll.
But then she waves at the mom. They have this moment like they know each other, but they don't know each other. Fucking everybody's waking up.
Everybody's got like deja vu.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, they all have like
you see Patrick Swayze's character crying.
Yeah.
And so
which I don't know. He just realized that this child porn ring was wrong at this moment. That's what it was.
Yeah, well, I think he's crying probably because he saw himself going to jail, and he's probably knows what's going to happen to him in there. So it's like he's probably like,
"But dude, you got 28
I don't
days.
think he feels bad.
This
about
is what I get.
Doing.
This is what I get from it. Okay, everything we watched was the tangent universe. The last shit at the very end is the primal universe.
Right, that's how things should have gone down to begin with.
Right.
That's how it was meant to be. That's how it was like destiny. That's what was supposed to happen.
But
and
like any kind of time machine fucking movie, it's like the old Twilight episodes. It's very fucking there's three things that could have happened with Donnie. Like either he fucking knew this shit was gonna happen. Like you can go with that one.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't fucking know because he was in the primal universe at the end. Or he was fucking insane. Those are the three cuts that I get from it.
He's an emo hero.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what this
He's
is.
insane, like for real. You can go with that lazy goddamn bullshit if you want to.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like the whole
insane,
crazy. It's on his head. I don't like those type of things. I think it's what you said. I think it's he realigned the universe, and he saved the world basically because he
sacrificed himself to save everybody else, save his girlfriend,
he's like Neo in the Matrix.
His mom and save his mom and sister, and all the other shit. But it's a time travel thing, butterfly effect.
Yep.
Groundhog Day almost.
So Dirk, it was you or Anthony one that watched the director's cut. Excuse me, Brad. That watched the director's cut. Does it explain more? About the ending, explain more so you have more of an idea. So from that, out of your three theories, which one does the director's cut kind of lean towards?
It don't. It leaves it up to you. He says that there's probably hundreds of different theories because this has like a cult following that people like they got their own theory on this shit. It's kind of like like The Shining and shit, but that's what that was the three main ones was he's insane, he don't know, or he knows, so.
Yeah, because even in the commentary, the director was saying he could be laughing at the end before he dies for multiple reasons.
Through the whole goddamn movie.
But he's really laughing at the end before he's about to die.
He's trying his best to laugh at the last one. I think it's the hero's journey. He figures it all out by the end. That he needs to go back in bed and put everything right. His girl will never meet him, so she'll never get run over by the car. He'll never kill Frank.
Yeah.
His sister and mom will not die in a plane crash.
There's
Kitty
also
Porn Dungeon will stay hidden.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But are these people this way? Because that's what it was saying too. That the tangent universe is kind of like it's like an immune system for the primal universe. So these people could be completely different than the other universe. That's what that's what I was reading about it, but it's pretty wild shit.
Yeah, and I think it's also about like, you know, do we really have free will, or is everything already predestined to happen? Because if things are already predestined to happen, then you don't have free will. Because if like Alan is meant to do something because it leads to A, B, and C,
right,
then that has to happen regardless, which means you don't have free will because those things have to happen. And if they don't,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I was saying. Like
Ashton Kutcher, the butterfly effect, a million times simpler. You know,
this is proof I don't have free will. This is proof I have free will. Something led me to buy this.
You gotta buy those Blu-rays.
Something led me to because it's got a fucking number on the spine. I'm predestined.
That had to come. That had to show up.
Yeah,
you know.
But yeah, everybody in the Tangent universe, they don't have free will. They're all manipulated by a greater power, whether it be whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Somebody from the future.
Let's say Brad decided last minute, then this is like a Tangent universe. He cancels the stream, and then let's say I go for a drive instead to go somewhere, and then I get hit by a fucking semi truck. That now the world has to be realigned because I wasn't meant to die in a semi truck.
Right.
Brad needs to start this stream so I live.
And that was something else. That was something else too, because Donnie's saying he's going home at the end, right? So if he wouldn't have died, then all of existence would have been destroyed.
Yeah, it's a big theory that he saved the whole world.
Yeah, it would have created a paradox universe.
It's more emo if he just wanted to save his girlfriend.
Dogma,
what people got from it.
The movie Dogma does something similar, where it's like, you know, where they if they prove God wrong and God is always right, then it could destroy the world. You know,
I actually think this is better.
That's a similar thing.
This is a better version of Inception.
Oh, I like this movie way more than Inception.
Like, this is what Inception is trying to do.
Yeah, I like this way more than Inception. Yeah.
I'm more of an Inception guy.
Really?
If I had to pick the two, if I had to get rid of one of these movies, it would be this one over Inception.
I like Inception. Don't get me wrong. I do like Inception.
I enjoy this one too, but I mean, just if I out of the two, whatever, that's more my.
This movie has nostalgia for it. I mean, it's not. Yeah. This isn't my thing.
Plus, I'm a huge Leo fan too, so I mean.
I was never a big fan of it, but like it was a big movie when I was young and middle school and all that stuff. So it was one of those ones that was going around. So.
Brad were talking. Brad said he was like in middle school when this came out. I said, bitch, I was divorced, had 4 kids, and remarried by the time this came out.
Well, I had kids. I was married kids and shit.
Did anybody see Looper?
Yeah.
Jeff Daniels' character when he's just like, I don't want to talk about time travel ever again.
Right.
That's how I was by the end of this movie. I was like, oh yeah. When I 12, 13 watching this, I'm taking her on surface level. Yeah. They're always convoluted and complicated, and you know, it's just you kind of have to be into them. But like I said, Jeff Daniels, where he's just like, I don't want to talk about time travel anymore. And as a 13-year-old kid, I took it on surface level. He's this emo guy. He sacrifices himself to save his girlfriend, and you know, such and such. But I guess from what I understand, it's actually him saving the whole world,
right?
By putting things right, like Anthony was saying, and you know.
But he also, I feel like he didn't actually die. I think he goes to another place,
back to an alternate universe or something.
Right. Yeah,
that's interesting. Yeah.
What is your take on this? What the ending and all that?
I don't know. I think it's you summon it up. I
Gismo hates this fucking movie. I can already feel it. Do you hate
No,
this
I think it's better to sum it up when we give it a score, maybe, or because it's for me, it's nostalgia that really drives the film, and it's what I think the director really managed to do here. But I actually think it's the producer, not the director, because I think they have managed to create a really good mystery in the film, and I will give it all praise for that. It's fucking well made.
Yeah.
It's
like
really
I said,
well made.
There's no wrong answer. to the way you interpret this movie. You know,
which cut of the film? Because Gismo, I know you said you watched about 75% of the director's cut. Which cut do you guys prefer?
I prefer the theatrical.
Me too. What about you?
The director's explains it way more, and then it don't explain it all the way though.
Yeah, it leaves it more ambiguous, which I like. It leaves it a little bit more. I mean, it's still ambiguous in the director's cut, but it's way more ambiguous. I feel like.
You don't get none of that.
You don't get any of those.
None of that shit about the tangent universe and the fucking primal universe and all this shit.
Is there a replacement disc for this release?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, I don't think I have it because did you guys notice that? I noticed it really bad at the very beginning when it was going like across the frame rate when it was going across like the scenery and the opening scene. It was real not bad, but I noticed it. And I'm not a big person about transfers and that kind of shit, but this transfer looked like shit. I literally had to change the setting on my TV. You know, you have the dynamic, the theatrical, different settings you can set on your TV. I had a Samsung. I had to change my settings. It was so fucking dark. You know, it's the same setting I watch all my movies on, and I had to change it to another setting so I could lighten it up a little bit.
So it is the theatrical disc. Then?
Yes, that's
okay. I must have a good one then. Because
I thought I got the replacement. Maybe I didn't.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I reached out
to noticed it like 3 different places. It would be real like the frame rate was fucked up for a minute, especially on the beginning and the end when it showed that like the scenery.
Like when he's riding on his bike and all that, you can see it there when he's riding on his bike at the beginning. Yeah,
see,
you might have
something else. Like when he wakes up at the very beginning of the movie, there's like a big debate. Is he in the tangent universe or is he in the primal universe? You know? There's so many fucking questions to this damn movie, but just depends if you want to go down the rabbit hole, you know?
Well, and people were saying too, so at the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, you hear, you know, his sister's dating that Frank guy, you know, they get shot in the eye.
Yeah.
And you see the car at the beginning of the film drive off. It's that nice, like, I think it's like a nice red car. It's the same car that runs over the girlfriend, you know?
Yeah.
You see it, and then you hear the horn honking, like he's, you know, and you think he's just honking because he's saying goodbye to her, you know, and he honks a bunch of times. But then people were saying now that everything, well, I think it was the director actually that was saying that. Now that they all have like these faint memories of what happened, he's warning Donnie, like, wake up, get out of the house, get out of your bedroom because you're about to have a fucking plane engine fall on you. Yeah. So it's like because he has like a faint memory of what happened in the past. So a lot of people think he's warning him by honking the horn and everything. So I thought that was interesting too.
Yeah, there's a whole mythos to this shit. It talks about Donnie he's referred to as the living receiver. He has fucking powers and shit where telekinesis and fucking what else is it? I can find it. Anyway, he's got all these different fourth dimension. He's from the fourth dimension or some shit, man. Yeah. It's pretty wild shit. But
interesting, yeah. I don't. It's like you said. There's a lot of different directions that this thing could go into. You know.
Yeah.
But I just like the feel of the film, man. I love the music. I love the directing. I love how dark it is. I like the dark sense of humor about it too. You know, they're not afraid to like poke fun at people and shit like that. Like I don't know. I like the whole damn movie.
I won't watch it for a while now because I mean we just did a fucking top 5 stream and I watched it and then now I just watched both fucking cuts to do this.
Yeah, I watched it twice.
So it's gonna be a while for I revisit this shit, but
because I watched it with the commentary on the theatrical with the commentary, and then I watched the director's cut the next day.
I still think it's highly rewatchable though, because of all that shit.
Oh yeah,
because of depending on if you want to make your brain hurt or not, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
This is the first time I've seen it in 20 years.
Really? Oh, wow.
Literally 20 years, 20, 21 years, something like that.
It's been a while for me, too. I don't know how long, but it's been a while for me, too.
Yeah.
What did you think, Pops? Overall, what did you think of Donnie Darko? What are your, overall
I enjoyed it. I mean, I was intrigued the whole movie. You know, the ending was, obviously confusing as fuck, whatever. You know, this stream actually helped as far as, talking out the ending a little bit.
Awesome.
When it was over with, I was like, yeah, that was good. It's not something that's going to be in any kind of top 10 list for me. Or nothing like that. It's not going to be one of my favorites, but it's the movie that I will go back and watch again down the road. It might be 5 years, but I enjoy it, man. I like it.
I think the nostalgia is kind of the only thing that carried it for me because this is not.
I didn't have any nostalgia for it. No nostalgia really because I didn't watch it till I don't know when exactly, but it was years after it came out. First time I had ever seen it. And that was probably we'll say 2010. It was somewhere in that ballpark. So I don't really have any big nostalgia for it. I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I mean, other than that,
I thought that was cool. They cast his sister.
And on the commentary track, just so you know, Jake Gyllenhaal is on it as well. It's him and the director talking about the movie, so you get both of them in there. So that's pretty cool.
I did see a fun fact though with Gyllenhaal and Seth Rogen. They both agreed when they were making the movie. They both didn't know what the fuck this movie was about.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. And I guess the director, he even said, he's like, there's, even if there were better actresses, he's like, I was always going to pick Maggie Gyllenhaal because it's cool to have real brother and sister, in the movie, like real siblings in the film.
Even though they don't look like they're the same, and also the same species, let alone the same family. But
also, he liked the way she drank urine in Cecil B. DeMented.
Oh, is that a movie she did before this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So there's that. Let's see, we'll catch up with the chat here.
Yeah.
Wild Wrangler says the multiverse. Sure.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Before the
multiverse said I thought it was like Memento.
Okay. Memento is a lot darker, I think.
Yeah, and it's
kind of. But this is all dealing with time travel and shit.
He does time travel because he's putting the story together after the fact, kind of, and it does jump, but it's not exactly a time travel. But I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Wild Wrangler. Now I know everything. Now, wow. Yeah. Well, yeah, we did it. We did the fucking thing.
We did it.
You can take the lazy way out and just say he was fucking crazy.
I think the lazy way out is to follow it as he's a hero and he saved, a couple people. Like you go, it was further than that. People can go, he saved the fucking universe. He saved.
Right.
He turned Coke to Pepsi. He found my fucking car keys.
Well, I think saying that he's crazy, how many fucking movies have done that? You know what I mean? Like at the end, the fucking main star is just fucking insane and shit.
That happens so much. We just watched that fucking one of that piece of shit David Lynch movie where it's just like, oh, he's crazy. So all this shit we watched is meaningless. It's just him getting fried in the chair. Like sometimes I see that stuff and I'm just, I don't know, especially with that Last Hallway where it's like the Last Highway where he's like crazy and the half of the movie that was interesting didn't happen. I'm like, oh, well,
because he had to create that to deal with killing his wife and mutilating her fucking body like OJ.
We covered Lost Highway in depth over the last stream.
Allegedly, like OJ. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
So don't forget that.
The butterfly effect ending. Yeah.
Kind of.
Butterfly effect is time travel for mouth breathers. So that's the one that I referenced.
That's why I like it so much. Such a great
exactly. It's more, dude, I'm not kidding you. Like I saw that movie back in the day, obviously. Yep. And I was, that's one of those movies you have no expectations for. Ashton Kutcher, come on. This is going to be a piece of shit. And it worked somehow. I was pleasantly surprised.
And you want to talk about dark. That's a dark fucking
That's a dark-ass movie.
It really is a dark fucking movie.
Really dark movie.
Yeah. But they go see Seven in it,
There's no guessing what's going on.
No, it's absolutely, as Dirk would say, spoon-fed to you.
Yeah, I like the style of that movie though, man. Butterfly Effect has a really cool style, like the directing and the editing and everything in it. It's got a really cool style to it.
I don't think a lot of people gave it a chance, and rightfully so. Come on, it's Ashton Kutcher. What the hell could it be? And then you watch it.
Yeah, I mean, he was the dumbass on that 70s show.
If you have, if there's anyone in the chat who hasn't seen Butterfly Effect, go watch that movie because that might be the best movie.
I haven't seen it in years. Am I remembering this wrong? Is Kevin Bacon the weird dad in the fucking basement with the fucking kids?
I don't think so.
I don't think it's Kevin Bacon.
No, it's not.
Who's the actor that plays the dad?
He was in one of those damn
Gizmo. Come on, who is it?
He was in one of those 80s.
Kid Reaper and
I haven't seen Butterfly Effect since it was released.
Yeah, I haven't seen it in like 20 years.
I'll have to watch it now so I can figure it out.
Yeah. Let's see. Wild Wrangler. The answer was The Shining all along. 4K thoughts. I mean, as far as the
Shining?
4K scan goes, I thought it looked good.
Fuck yeah.
But I'm not Jeff who lives at home or whatever. I don't get into the and all that.
Alan, it was Eric Stoltz.
That's it.
Oh,
Eric Stoltz.
Yep.
Eric
That's
Stoltz.
what I was saying from the 80s.
Like,
he was in them 80s.
I was looking it up. You beat me to it.
Yeah, Mr. Miller.
I don't know why in my mind I can picture Kevin Bacon for some reason, but it's Eric Stoltz. Yep.
He plays a pervert more than once. He if he wasn't such an asshole, he'd be Marty McFly. But apparently he's just such a prick, and I couldn't believe it by looking at him.
Really?
Just being a ginger alone. Yeah, he said that's what the rumor is, that he was recast mainly because he was so fucking difficult to work with.
Huh.
And they had plans for sequels and stuff. And it's like, I don't want to do 2 movies. I don't want to do 1 movie with this fucking guy. And then Robert Zemeckis said, well, fine, get rid of him. We'll get rid of him. That's it.
Get Michael J. Fox. Shit.
And it worked.
Has anybody seen the sequel to this movie? Is it S. Darko or something like that?
I haven't seen it.
I did see it. I don't remember nothing.
Yeah.
I remember nothing. But I don't think it's good.
I've never seen it.
I don't remember it being good though.
Wait, the sequel to Butterfly Effect or
Donnie Darko?
No, Donnie
Darko.
Yeah.
It's called S. Darko. It's about the sister. I think it's a different actress. I think
Samantha.
The sister goes off somewhere and she has the same kind of visions or some bullshit.
S. Darko? Interesting.
Yeah, it's called S. Darko.
Yeah,
I think Wild Wrangler is referencing that it took almost 2 hours for Dirk to bring up The Shining.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised it took that. Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna. Tom Hanks in The Shining will always be brought up in these streams.
Oh yeah.
Chris says, watching now, I couldn't
and Bad
see
Boy
it.
Bubby.
There it is.
Bad Boy Bubby.
I'm like Pops. I'm not worried about the
Bubby.
big on the transfers. Depends though. Some movies, you want a great, insanely good scan, but some movies, it doesn't always matter.
Yeah, Chris, see, if you have the Arrow release and you got it like when it first came out, you might have to replace that theatrical disc.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did it now. I contacted them 2 days ago or something.
Yeah, they sent mine out like in 3 weeks, and that was when it first came out. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man! I love The Shining. Know that?
Oh shit! No way.
Dude, where's my
Wild Wrangler said, "Dude, where's my car?"
Where's my car?
You remember the Norwegian guys in "Dude, Where's My Car"?
The Norwegian guys, the
the space guys.
The
alien
guys.
What is the name of that transatlantic or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wild Wrangler says the sequel's not any good.
That's everything I hear. So it's not that great.
I mean, that's what I remember. I don't even think I finished it.
But out of 10, Alan, what would you give Donnie Darko?
I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 6. I enjoyed it. I'll rewatch it. It's not gonna be, like I said, make any of my top 10 list or anything like that. But it's a movie I'll go back to. I enjoyed it.
What about you, Dirk? What would you give this out of 10?
I'm gonna give it 8.5. Yeah,
that's the pro score. You get fractional.
Yeah. 8.5, man.
6.1, 0.4.
Just because there's just so much to it. I mean, there's just so much. Like, it's movies like this that make it rewatchable for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you'll turn movies that aren't rewatchable into rewatchable movies by overanalyzing them.
Right.
Like Infinity Pool. You're seeing a lot that's not there.
No, Infinity Pool is not. It don't have as much as this shit, but
I don't think it has any. I don't think any of it. It's
got a little bit.
But I'm sure we'll get to that.
There's definitely some questions that got to be answered.
I think the questions are answered. You're just going, wait a minute. So further a question leads to a question. You're like the Riddler, Well,
Brad,
not everybody has seen Infinity Pool because I can't really go into it, But
Brad is the Batman and you're the Riddler now, Dirk.
Oh yeah, the Riddler.
Brad
is the crying Batman.
Brad, where's your 4K release of the Batman? You got it? You always show
I don't have it handy, but of course I've got it.
I always have it close by.
That's
his favorite Batman.
This is the answer to the whole damn thing. That's the answer.
But your printer ran out of ink?
Yeah. Yep. Ran out of black.
I think it's perfect right there. You know,
I think it looks cool like that. Weren't that perfect?
It didn't run out of ink. See, the multiverse.
Yeah.
What that is a sign. They did that on purpose so
that's
that
the
you
two
can,
worlds.
We can not do the stream. Like you can start from the beginning, and we won't do this fucking thing.
Yeah, that's the two worlds colliding.
Yeah. Anthony, out of 10, what would you give Donnie Darko?
10 for me.
10. Damn.
10 for me, man. I'm not afraid to give out the 10s. If I love a movie, I'll give it a 10.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you right now.
It's just
I love it. And maybe part of that is nostalgia because I watched this in high school and everything. Maybe it is, but I don't know, man. I just love everything about it. I really do. And I love that it's weird and ambiguous and it's dark and the music and the score and the acting, and especially Jake Gyllenhaal. He's so young in this too, and he's just delivering such a great performance. Patrick Swayze. I mean, I don't know, man. I just think it's so fucking good.
Yeah, man, it's great.
Yeah, it's just me.
Gismo, out of 10, what would you give Donnie Darko?
Now that I said that, Gizmo's like, well, I don't want Anthony to feel bad when I give it a fucking 2.
2.8.
No. I'm really honest with my rating always. I'm never afraid of stuff. But I think that okay, I didn't write anything down this time, as I told. I should have done that for this actually, because it's my English. But I think that the movie is perfect when it comes to the mystique factor. It's
right.
And I was shocked because I looked up just before the stream who produced this, and that just put all the answers on the table. It's the same fucking dude that produced all Jordan Peele movies. And the thing is that Jordan Peele's films, I think, is terrible because of the directing and writing, but I think they are amazing because of the production.
They do have, as you would put it, a certain mystique about them.
Yeah. And they also look good. Most of this stuff.
Now, I want you to give your whole fucking review in your language for people watching from your country.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But I just want to say that I think that I'm agreeing to the person who said on the channel that they should have had stop motion or something else with the bunny, because now when I've seen the movie probably 4 or 5 times, the bunny loses a little bit of the impact it has.
Yeah, now you know it's just a guy under there, and it's a Halloween costume.
But they should have used some Jan Swankenmeyer shit in there, where you have the stop motion animal matronic shit. But I would give the movie a strong 7 out of 10 because it's a movie that I had since I was pretty young, and I saw it many times when I was little.
Yeah.
And it still holds its ground, I think, when it comes to the nostalgic factor for me. And it's a fucking mystique movie, and you can take it any way you want, actually, the story.
Yeah, no wrong answer.
Right. Yeah. What about you, Brad? What's your score, man?
I gave it like a 5.7, something like that.
5.7. What are we doing?
Yeah.
Is that the best score you have given so far?
I don't know.
I think the best score Brad's given is like a 7. I think Brad's only gone.
I mean, listen, there is
no Batman versus Superman.
There is no perfect movie. There will never be a 10. There will never be.
Yes, there is.
There's no perfect movie, no matter what.
There is perfect movie.
I don't think that there can ever be a perfect 10. It's always going to be a 8.1 or I don't even know what the best. I mean, let's say like what's The Godfather, a 9, or whatever. Shawshank Redemption at a 9.
Yeah,
Rocky,
Shining, man. What are you talking about?
The closest thing to a perfect film is Rocky and Jaws. Rocky and Jaws are the two closest things to a perfect film.
Is perfect film.
What they're trying to do, they're the perfect. Yeah. I mean, that's my world. In my world, those are my 2 10s all the time.
The Mangler.
My favorite movie, whatever that is, it's not a 10. I don't believe it's possible to have a 10. I mean, we get a really high score, but I don't know if we get a 10. I don't think there's anything you get a 10. I gave Christmas Blood a 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd.
That's a 10.
So
there you go. There you go.
Mangler.
And Gizmo's going bullshit.
Yeah.
That is not a fucking 5 out of 5. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe The Untamed. I probably maybe gave maybe it was a 7.
I think your highest score has been a 7. Yeah, I don't know.
About Dragged Across Concrete. I thought that was like a 10.
I would say that's probably about a 7. You know.
Oh, you like Dragged Across Concrete more than the second one he did, Cell Block 99.
Yeah, I love Dragged Across Concrete, but to me, it's the quality of the movie. It's probably about a 7. But just because I love the story, you know, it's a favorite of mine. But it's not, you know, like The Wrestler is a movie that I love. That is also a really good movie.
Yeah.
You know? So there's to me there's a distinction there. Like, you know, the Rocky may be a 10 to Alan, but he could totally see people giving it a 7. You know, a regular, non-crazy Rocky fan like himself.
Yeah, but so nobody
I go with it.
Can pick apart The Shining.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd probably give The Shining an 8. I mean, to me, there's only a few movies that are even an 8. I would say probably The Shining's an 8. Alien's an 8. You know, some of the best scores. I just don't.
But it all comes to fucking.
That 10 is crazy to me. To give it 10 is.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck are we talking about?
On the next stream, we're going to do our ratings. You know, on a scale 1 through 8. We'll do 1 through 8.
Yeah, okay.
Way, you know.
1 through 8. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Let's do letters. There's 22 letters in the alphabet, and then this would be this would be like a J. Do it that way. Let's see. Let's see. Are we going up here? Let's see. Chris says Gismo was it you that mentioned the Highlander 4K didn't have a good transfer?
Yeah,
me.
I saw it on a cinema in Norway. We tested it in a 4K cinema in Norway, and it looked like shit.
It looked like shit when I watched the 4K.
Yeah, especially there's some scenes in there that look like.
Yeah, there's some scenes that look like fucking VHS, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it looked worse than VHS.
Because I've got the 4K and I watched it, and there are definitely some scenes that look like straight up VHS quality.
And it didn't fucking hold up, man. Like, I remember loving that movie when I was young.
Yeah.
And
I watched Without the Ordinary about 3 months before it got released, and I canceled my pre-order after I watched it.
That shit did not hold up for me, man. I guess back in the fucking 80s when I watched it the first time with all the fucking music and shit, but I don't know. After I found out some shit, it just changed. You know, I'm not going to go into it, but if you know the soundtrack, then you probably know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So the 80s, were you in high school then?
No.
Oh.
No, I went in high school in the 80s. No.
I graduated.
I was in college in the 80s.
I was in high school in the fucking early 90s.
So Dirk was he was listening to Pantera, doing a bunch of drugs.
Right.
In high school.
Yep.
Gizmo was the cutter's wrist, fucking emo guy.
Listening to Spice Girls before Spice Girls was released.
You were listening to like.
He's a sporty Spice guy.
Pixies. He was listening to Pixies and like Six Underground, shit like that. Anthony's hair was blonde in high school. He was a big Eminem guy.
The Slim Shady.
He was Slim Shady.
Eminem and shit.
Marshall Mathers.
I was we was all the heads in school, you know.
Yeah. Alan was long hair, fucking like Motley Crue shit, you know. Alan's the guy saying, back in my day, you dressed like a woman and you sang about the devil. You know, that's Alan's era.
That's it.
Yeah.
And I was wearing gray t-shirts and jeans and bitching about the government and the school system.
Like you do today.
The same
like I do today. Exactly.
Going around giving everything fucking 8s or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe The Wrestler, maybe it's an 8.5 or something. Close to a 9. But
is it better than The Whale?
Absolutely, it's better than The Whale.
I haven't seen The Whale.
The Whale's a very pedestrian drama. Very middle of the. If you like The Whale.
So I heard about Knock at the Cabin.
Let's run out the chat and let's before we get into all that. Yeah. There's a lot of chat here.
Yeah.
All it says the Continuum Transfunctioner. That was
that's the Norwegian. Continuum Transfunctioner.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that does sound just like him, man. That's
it's Norwegian English.
That's exactly how they say it.
Bob Wrangler, Jim Carrey, Riddler. Yeah. The Riddler you want to punch his face in.
Just listen to the guy who is in the chief of NATO. He's from Norway and he talks like that.
They all talk like that.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? It's pretty much exactly the same. Oh, the Scandinavian freaks. It's like
Stop with the
German
politics.
It's like German. They're like Germans, but less useful. Chris C says first time watch. It's a 7. Chris C, very retro, trippy. It is 80s, but it even almost feels 90s. I thought, but even though it is 80s.
So
Highlander
might as well be 90s.
No, he's talking about Donnie Darko.
Donnie.
Oh, okay.
Hall Note says, I like it, don't love it, 6 out of 10. This might be the best movie so far I can remember. I mean, if you didn't see The Untamed, that is a fun one.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's fun, but I love, like, you're never going to hear me say I love CGI other than in Untamed.
Yeah,
that's the best CGI I've ever seen.
They do it right in that one. It's done in the dark. A lot of shit you don't see.
Barn, and, it's well, even the fuck scene.
Yeah.
Holland, did you like the BVS? I thought Holland.
Batman v Superman.
Yeah, I thought Holland liked that one.
That was probably the best movie, score I probably gave was Batman v Superman.
I think it was. I think you did give it like a 7.
And I think it still holds up. Let's see. White Wrangler, Bad Juju. Chris C says another possible WTF would be Virgin Suicides. Really like James Woods and a very young Kirsten Dunst. I think Brian mentioned that.
If it's James Woods, I'm in.
Very heavy. That's a heavy.
Brian and the other goons will be jumping in here whenever
That's a heavy movie.
I'm a big James Woods fan. James Woods is great.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely.
It's a big drama. From what I remember.
Donnie says, or Holland says, actually, Bubby over Donnie. Donnie's second best.
Damn.
There you go.
Bubby over
Bubby. He liked
Holland says, wait, memory is shit. Eyes Wide Shut. I gave Eyes Wide Shut a good score. I know I did. I love that movie.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's a shit score to you guys. I should have gave it a 10 out of 10 because I like it, But I don't know. I look at it more objectively, I guess.
I think I gave it
7 or 6. 6 out of 10.
I didn't give it 10.
I gave it.
It's like those guys. You remember those guys that'll get a new girlfriend, and just like, oh my god, she's the hottest chick ever. I love her to death. And you meet her, it's just like an average girl. She's not ugly or anything.
Yeah.
You're giving that girl a 10? Are you kidding me? She's just a regular. I'm glad you're happy, but don't tell me it's a 10. It's not a 10.
I think it's like you said. I think I go a little bit more subjectively because I'm letting you know what I think of it as well as objectively too. But I'm also putting a lot of myself into
I'm going more the critic route. Like I'm trying to be unbiased.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, I don't know why I'm doing that, but that's just the way it is.
No, it's good because that varies it up.
Yeah. I don't like what is that fucking movie I just got? The retard movie, Action Mutante. I love that movie. Is it a fucking 10? Absolutely not. I had a great time watching it. It's retards doing terrorism. I mean, what? It's not the love.
I gotta check that.
It's definitely not a 10.
I watched The Devil Hunter earlier. I gave that bitch a 2, but I had fun with it.
Yeah. There you go.
Dirk, I think you gave Eyes Wide Shut like a 9 or something, or 9.5. You went pretty high. I think that's the highest score you
just went 8.5 on Donnie Darko. So I mean, it's probably he might have given. It's a Kubrick. He probably gave it a 10.
I don't know if I gave it a 10.
No, you didn't give it a 10. I gave it a 10. I gave it a 10. I think you gave it like either a 9 or maybe a 9.5. I don't know. Maybe a 9. You went pretty high with it.
Wild Wrangler says M3gan. Dirk, did you watch it?
Yeah, I finally watched it with my 5-year-old. He loved it.
He probably liked it. Yeah.
I watched it last Saturday with Dr. Ordinary and one of my sons.
That's the target.
I liked it.
I feel like that's the target audience. So the children are going to.
It's definitely just a. It ain't a horror movie. And I mean, it ain't really. No.
I gave it a horror. I think I gave it 2.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
It's the Megan
that director who's fucking European or something weird. He said he had to fight to get that dance in. The dance is the whole fucking trailer. That's the only thing
what got all the. That's what got all
the buzz.
Yeah, absolutely. Without that, the movie, yeah.
That's the
I
movie.
wouldn't have done as
Everybody
well.
wants to see what the fuck is that?
I mean, he might have had to fight whoever created the dance, I guess, right?
He might have had to fight because Hollywood's a bunch of kid fuckers.
Yeah,
and
they are.
they don't want to advertise because it's a girl. It's a little girl inside that robot.
Yeah, right.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk's going, sure, that's exactly what it was. Chris, that's too bad. I have the 4K of that, the new Highlander scan.
But it's still the best scan I've seen of Highlander so
far. It probably is. I mean, there's a couple of scenes that are really, really bad.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
to me, it didn't hold up like what I had in my memory. I was all hyped to fucking watch the shit. I watch it and I'm like, fuck, this movie fucking not that great anymore, But whatever.
Yeah. Let's see. Chris says he has the DVD.
Oh, okay.
Wild Wrangler, back to the 80s, back to Soap, Rocky, and Cherry Coke. That was the days. I think you can still do all that.
More like Rocky and Budweiser for me. I don't have fond memories of Cherry Coke, but I did kill some Budweiser.
What's that? Back to Soap? What the hell does that mean?
I'm sure that was.
There was a sitcom named Soap back in the day.
Okay, yeah. I remember.
Maybe another boutique label will pick up Highlander. Arrow UK, I could see them doing that.
I could see Second Sight killing it.
Holland, you didn't watch BVS.
Yeah, that's strange. Man. You should have watched that one.
He missed that one. Okay.
You should see that.
I think he was in the chat, but maybe he just didn't watch the movie because I thought he was in the chat with us.
All Notes, Action Mutante added to the watch list. Yeah, you can buy the Severin 4K for only the low price of $45 right now, but it will go down.
Jesus,
fucking great.
I day one bought it $45 like a fucking retard. I could have waited and got it anywhere else, but I don't care. I'm glad I got it.
Well, what's the subject matter of the movie? About a bunch of retards, right?
It's a bunch of retards that are terrorists.
Well, there you go.
And all you got to do
they're not all retarded. There's one retard.
You've stopped them. You prevented the whole thing.
There's only one retarded guy. They're all disabled in different ways. There's a Siamese twin set, and it's just a lot of fun.
It's kind of like Basket Case.
Basket Case 2, maybe a little bit more like that. But Gizmo's picking next. What did you pick a movie for the WTF?
I had to pick one after we talked about after you said that it's hard to find the movie. I'm
thinking it needs to be Rick Moranis' asshole or Rick Moranis and the bear. It needs to be where the fuck that movie is.
Yeah, you love that one. You're loving that one, whatever that is.
I don't know what it is, but I wanted to pick the Hardware or Dust Devil, but you said it was impossible to find.
Both of them are really hard to get.
Yeah, Dust Devil.
Dust Devil and Hardware are both really, really hard to get.
They are not on Tubi either, or?
I didn't check Tubi. They could be. We can check that after the stream. But
have you checked? There's a website called Rare Lust, and
no, I have not.
You can find any movie on that shit and rip it. You can rip it and burn it.
That to this physical media niche.
He left out. That's on the fucking dark web. They ain't on Google. That's on the fucking dark web. So.
But
Alan, go ahead, Brad.
Well, I was just going to say, Alan picked the movie Rent a Pal.
Oh yeah.
I mentioned in passing to Alan, I said, you can pick a movie if you want. People are asking if you're going to pick a movie. He goes, I'll think on it. 2 seconds later, Rent a Pal. Let's do Rent a Pal.
Yeah, there you go, man. That sounds good.
Okay.
Well, I knew a month ago that's what I was going to pick. I mean, that's the one that I think would be a great one to everybody kind of deep dive on because it is a different kind of movie.
That's cool because I haven't seen it, so that's always good.
Everybody's talking to me like Alan needs my permission or something. Like, no, you won't do it. We're doing it.
You're in the goddamn cannabis chair.
Yeah, well, whatever.
That's your shit.
For the 40 people that watch these, whatever comes up, we're doing them. So,
I was gonna say Gismo, that Dust Devil movie. I remember looking that up. That actually looks pretty interesting. It's like
really
horror,
good.
mystery, thriller, western. That actually
I've seen it. I know I've seen it. I remember a bunch of goddamn tumbleweeds and a motherfucking dust tornado.
I love his style.
That's really all I remember. I remember a guy with a fucking duster on, right?
Yeah. That's what I see. Yeah,
it looks great, man. And Hardware, I know is good, but they're both really hard to get. Hardware is way out of print and expensive as fuck. It's like $250 for the Blu-ray.
Oh wow,
which is.
But Severin had it before. Maybe they have a streaming service where they can.
It might be. I'm not saying we can't stream it. I'm just saying it's the idea. Can everybody get a good copy of the movie to watch? You know,
rare.
You can watch Dust Devil on Amazon. It says right here it's on Prime Video. You can rent it for $2.99, $2.89.
Yeah.
So we'll come up with Gizmos after the stream. It might be one of those two or something else strange and bizarre. He's got like a bunch of other movies queued behind it. But then after that, I think I have to pick something. I'll come up with it, whatever it is. And then we'll do Allen's, which is Rent-A-Pal, which I got copies ordered.
You got
it will be Dust Devil or this.
No. Let's find Dust Devil for the love of God.
This is the backside.
What is the name of it? Or is that just a picture?
I need to look inside the butt.
Is that one of your family members?
Yeah.
Like a picture.
It's a bear. It says Bear Tail.
Okay.
Oh, Bear Tail.
Bear Tail.
Sure.
I have no idea what it is. I never heard about it.
Wild Wrangler says Gizmo. I like Hardware. Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck? He says he has the Severin DVD. Yeah. But that's been Donnie Darko, and we got Saturday. We got the Clint top 5 coming up.
Oh yeah.
Alan's got a bunch of shit coming up. He's doing something with Dead Pit and
a date has not been determined yet, but we're doing year 6 of the history of Scream Factory. They've asked me to join because I know that Garrett, Born to Be Rad, whatever, he had pretty much all the releases up to like year 4, most of year 5, but year 6 he starts falling off. They wanted me to join because I have all the year 6s, and so CK reached out to me, about a week ago, and I was pretty excited to do that. So that's coming up sometime in February. We're going to do it. He first announced it February 12th. And then I messaged him later that night or the next morning, and I'm like, that's the night of the Super Bowl. Be a little busy that night. We have a big Super Bowl party. And so he said, yeah, we don't want to do it against the fucking Super Bowl. This is one of their big streams. So I'm pretty excited to be on that one.
I can't wait to watch that. Those are a lot of fun. Those like going back and seeing every year.
Yeah, they're good streams.
So
I'm sure I'm going to get fucked with. I'm sure Uncle Bill's going to fuck with me for buying some of the shit that I bought. But I was a completionist, is what it is. Yeah. Some of these movies I look on the shelf and go, why the fuck do I have that? But I've watched a couple. I'm trying to watch some of the 2018 releases. That's the year we're going to be covering, 2018, because there's a lot in that year from Scream Factory that I haven't watched yet. So I'm trying to watch them between now and the stream. So I ain't the dumbass to go and I ain't seen it. Yeah. So I'm trying to go through and watch as many as I can. I've watched one a night the last 2 nights, so I got a long way to go. I've watched about 25% of what was released in 2018, which is a lot of fucking titles. It's probably 60, including the collector's edition, 70 titles. If I had to guess top of my head.
Yeah.
So I gotta get you some Category 3 and Me shirts sent over so you can wear them on the stream and hype the channel.
Do it, man. Do it.
It's not
I'm the douchebag wearing my own shirt.
The 4K Tent Revival shirts, they're still in beta.
Yeah.
Get the word out there any way we want. I know, Jerk, you were saying something about knocking the cabin.
Oh, yeah. What were you going to say? Yeah, I was curious about that.
Oh, I just heard some shit about it that at the ending, a lot of people were complaining about the way it ends.
Oh, no.
And it's real ambiguous. That's why they're pissed off. So that's not going to piss me off.
People think.
Yeah. We'll probably love it then.
Yeah.
we'll probably
love it. What the fuck is that? Damn.
Porno Holocaust.
Is that a banana in your pocket?
It's a cold red.
All right. Damn. Well, the stream, it's kind of falling apart now. So let's run up that. Wild Wrangler says Pops will be waiting for the Dead Pitch stream. Yeah, definitely check that out.
Appreciate it, man.
Chris gonna see if if I see any 2018 Scream Factory release if I don't have any. Yeah, there were some good ones.
There's a lot of bad ones that year too. So yeah. Yeah.
Hey, Alan,
it was
kind of a Dawn of the Dead 4K.
It's coming. I haven't got it in my hands yet, but it's ordered. So,
okay. Dude, I love the slip on that. The slip art is really nice on that one.
Yeah.
I want to recommend.
I did get this
movie
I saw. I got the Bubba Hotep in.
Oh, nice! You got it in early.
I mean, this camera's fucking with me. Woo, that's fuck with your head. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that art was fucking great.
Yeah.
So.
This is why you had a movie recommendation?
Yeah, I saw today. It's the first time I've seen it for 20 years or something. It's the remake of The Ring from 2001 or something. And I thought it was going to be shit, but I rewatched it today and it was fucking amazing. It's still scary as hell.
And with Naomi Watts.
Yeah. And
great.
fuck me, it's scary, that movie. That's one of the most scary movies I've seen.
It's a good movie.
You foreigners and little girls. It's always
it's really dark in the ending. It's so dark.
Yeah, the tape and the well and everything, and that may be the best PG-13 horror film ever, in my opinion.
Mama, what will happen to the people who see this? That last line is so fucking terrifying.
It is, man. Now, Gismo, don't watch the sequels. Just live in that world.
No, I've seen the sequels also, but it's been years. It's been years. I haven't seen the one that was released 2 years ago or something.
Yeah,
Rings.
I haven't seen that.
Don't watch it.
I got them all because my old lady loves that shit, but, the first one I like. The other ones I could give a
great steelbook just came out for it.
Yeah, it's a really nice steelbook.
Yep.
Corey says you should cover Freddy Got Fingered.
Oh, I love that movie.
This is probably the sequel to that.
That's another nostalgic movie for me, though. Yeah,
Daddy, would you like some sausage?
Yeah. His dad is the best in that movie, man.
Rip Torn.
Rip Torn, yeah. Rip Torn's great.
Yeah. Damn, he's so good at that.
Well, I'm going to hit the button. We'll figure out the next one and do the next one and then go from there. Like I said, Saturday we're doing a Clint stream.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe the next weekend. Yeah, maybe we got to do it before Clint Eastwood dies. Alan's in denial that he's ever going to die. So we need to do it
10 years at least.
Yeah, 10 years. He's fucking 99.
He's got black powder in his blood.
Yeah. But,
is that going to be a top 5?
Yeah, top 5. Clint Eastwood. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And no honorable mentions this top 5. So what's amazing to me is as big of a Clint fan as I am. It's gonna be a top 5 Clint stream.
We could do that.
My top 5 was pretty much a no-brainer. I mean, it was like boom, 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 boom. I'm done. It was really not even. Don't get me wrong. I like almost all his movies. There's a few stinkers in there, but my top 5 are pretty much in stone when it comes to Clint Eastwood.
Where's
$1 Million, baby?
Any which way but loose. A Pink Cadillac.
Yeah.
Cry Macho.
Definitely not Pink Cadillac.
Cry Macho.
What's that donkey movie called?
There's 2 monkey movies.
Monkey Business.
Any which way but loose and any which way you can.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, both of them are monkeys.
And both of them were fucking fantastic.
Orangutan.
Top of the food chain. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit the button and we'll be back later with some more shit.
Yep.
Yep.
See you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Bye-bye.
Kick rocks.